Hi everyone, this is GoGoDM and welcome to tonight's episode of Perilous Pursuits. Before we begin, we'd like to do a shout out to our perilous partner Describe. For those who don't know what Describe is, spelled DSCRYB, it is a website resource for DMs where you can search a database of thousands of pieces of information related to your fantasy game to help you describe things to your players. For instance, you could search for a place, an item, a creature, or situation, and Describe will put up a professionally written box text on your screen that you can read to your players. Now, these box texts are just amazing how well written they are, and they really raise the level of your game for your players' theater of the mind. We have used Describe in our games, and our players have loved it. It's really an amazing tool for every DM, so I would highly recommend you go check them out. So we have a link in the description, and if you decide you'd like to subscribe to their service, use the coupon code PERILOUS at checkout to get an additional 10% discount. And thank you again to our Perilous partner, Describe. And if you'd like to support our Perilous Pursuits and get some cool perks, consider supporting us on Patreon. Our patrons can get access for things like private links to our after-show discussions, listening live to our shows on Discord, submitting NPC names for use in our games, playing an NPC in a game session, and even becoming a core player in a future Perilous adventure. So we would really appreciate your support, so check it out at patreon.com/perilous. And now, let's go ahead with tonight's episode of Perilous Pursuits. Hello everyone, and welcome to Perilous Pursuits, as we proudly present The Black Hearts, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure. Our Dungeon Master Ray leads our adventurers as they find themselves forced to serve one of Faerun's most vile and powerful mages, Szass Tam. With little knowledge of what lies ahead, they have been sent into the heart of the Dale Lands on a mission of murder. So sit back, grab a good berry, and listen to our latest episode of The Black Hearts.
Where we last left off is you just finished slaying the flame skull, and Lowen had a knowledge that it might come back in some fashion, this flame skull, if you don't get rid of it, and it's sitting at your feet now.
I think that would like us. Oh,
Doesn't matter either
it
way.
doesn't matter.
No,
you're
I'm pretty
right.
sure Lowen was the one that rolled the Arcana check to
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
figure it out. Either way, you guys collectively know that
So we're gonna take it back to the pool, the acidic pool, and we're gonna stick the immovable rod through its eye socket and stick it underwater and activate the immovable rod.
oh, brutal. Okay. Seems like a smart idea. There is nothing that prevents that from happening. The only thing will be someone's going to have to stick their hand into that water if you're going to activate the immovable rod. So,
Well, we could just have like tip of it out of the water, and
You can mage hand it though. It's not
Yeah,
far
that's
away.
true enough. We could mage
Yeah.
hand it underwater.
okay, perfect. So you guys collectively pick up the skull, head back, put the rod in, and you manage to get it underwater, no problem. Push it down.
Okay.
And then the next thing that you guys had discussed potentially doing was using bits of the chitinous armor from the carrion crawlers to make boats. Was another idea you guys had. You know that there's one more key to be found, because in front of you, in the room where the flame skull was, is a door with 5 keyholes, 5 color-coded keyholes. And this door is quite ornate, magical, arcane-looking door, but you're missing a key from somewhere.
Okay. Do we want to take a long rest here in front of the door that can't be opened? Kind of like put your back up against the door and have a long rest?
I think it's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you feel confident you've been in these caves enough that there's nothing moving around out here? You've already taken short rests. You're pretty comfortably doing long rests.
Can we go get some of the the pieces of these worm slug things and work on that very leisurely while we long rest?
Yeah, you can do that.
Or on your watch?
We could always go down outside. There was a forest outside this place, right?
Yes.
We could always go outside and just chop a couple of trees down, and make a raft.
Okay. Do you want to do that before a long rest, or do you want a long rest?
Yeah, I want to do a long rest first. And then I think we should go make a raft that we can all stand on, and we know it's not going to fall apart.
Well,
Okay.
those slug things were pretty big. I'm pretty small, so I'm pretty sure one of those plates would be just fine.
I've never made a bug boat before.
They are 10 foot long and maybe 2 foot wide or something, because they're sort of a centipede type shape, but enlarged to 10 foot.
Well, we only
Probably
need
a couple of them tied together might work. Or
we only need a boat big enough for 3, because the 2 little guys can float on your little tensor's disc.
That's true, yeah.
You can just tow us behind.
when Mako volunteers to jump in the water and just go to the bottom.
Pull. Push.
It's very kind of him.
Yeah.
He can be the motorboat. Okay, so we're doing a long rest here.
Yeah.
Lowen, you're going to take first watch? You like first watch?
Yeah, I'm good with first. I'm feeling pretty healthy, so I'm all right.
Okay,
Well,
Lycus will take a second watch because he's feeling pretty healthy as well. So.
I'll take third watch.
Perfect. The night goes by uneventfully unless there's anything you guys want to do in terms of working on any raft type thing or whatever. But you're not concerned about a lot of activity from enemies or monsters.
I'd like to change back into my studded armor.
Perfect. And your AC goes back up to 17, I think it was, or whatever.
Yeah.
18, isn't it? I don't know
No,
what
it's
your AC
17.
is.
It's 17 with my shield. I think that while Mako is sleeping, I'd like to take my special snuff box drug tobacco and like slip it into his rations.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll a stealth or something? A sleight of hand?
Give me a stealth with advantage. Because he's sleeping, so.
I got a 2 and a natural 20.
Okay. So that's like 25 or something?
No. I rolled at advantage, so it's natural 20. And then my sleight of hand is +2, so 22.
Okay. Well, that defeats his passive perception.
While
Beauty.
sleeping.
Well, sleeping, yeah. So you definitely feel confident he didn't notice.
Good. We'll just see where that goes. I mean, we'll see.
And you were taking one of the watches, so you do that on your watch time.
Yep.
Yeah, so nobody else has a chance to see either.
So we're not giving him a turd stash?
You can on your
You're just gonna
watch.
like burn it in. Put your finger in the water and just burn it in.
Acid
Never
burn.
goes away.
Acid etched.
Just acid wash.
Yeah.
His skin is still bubbling and sloughing off from the acid
Yeah,
damage
that's right.
he
He was
took
burned.
and the fire damage that he took. He looks like the Red Skull.
He's perfectly clean. He's been
Yeah.
sanitized in every way possible.
It's like sleeping with a sunburn,
Nasty.
which is impossible. I think we've
Okay.
all been there.
Mhm.
So the next morning comes, nothing attacks, you hear no sounds. Even through this door, the way that you haven't been, You don't hear anything moving or anything, but this door does seem to be a very thick metal door, so you don't know if there's anything in there or not. But nothing concerning. Next morning comes to you, and it's raft building day.
Okay, so you want to go and build some rafts? We got to find another key.
We do. 1 second. I'm gonna have to just stop my video for a second.
He's getting naked. So you either are going to the forest to collect logs, or you're going to those creatures and following them out, or whatever. What's the choice?
I think wood. I believe in wood.
Wood is known to float.
Does wood take acid damage?
Sure, but it would take a long time to
Wood
dissolve a tree.
Take acid damage. I'm Googling this right now.
Depends on the type of acid, man.
And the type of wood.
Yeah. Okay, Ray, roll for wood.
No, that's just Mike's idea. He's got to roll for wood.
Small wood, hardwood, softwood.
Oh, it's only hardwood in my world. So the forests around this area are old growth, like evergreen cedars and stuff. So they'd be
Well,
naturally.
Cedar
acid.
would be naturally acid resistant because it's full of acid,
Yeah.
tannic acid.
So who's going to helm the chopping of the tree? and the pulling of the tree?
I think Mako should do all the work.
Yeah, it's Mako and Meko on either side of like a long saw that are like cutting back and forth.
They both have giant magical great axes.
Yeah, but you know the image of the two of them
Oh
tag teaming this big saw.
Yep.
Meko is staring off into the distance and talking to the walls at the moment.
Meko is.
Or Mako.
Oh, fun.
I tried to roll a 1 on an attack roll, but it didn't work.
To attack a tree you're talking about?
No, to attack Meko.
Oh.
You need a one to hit him.
The hell did I call that drug?
What did you call it?
Yeah, do you have it written down what that stuff is called?
I can tell you what I wrote down. It says snuff box of drug tobacco.
Oh.
All you told me.
No, there was a name for it.
Well, you didn't give me the name.
All right.
I thought it was like Sood or something like that.
No, that's in my game.
I
gave it
stole
Oh,
Sood.
that's your game, that's right.
Sood?
Sood is from Crit Roll.
Yeah,
I know.
I used it.
It's skooma.
It was death something. Death weed.
Hey.
Death weed? Devilweed.
I don't-
Devilweed.
It was devilweed,
Tell
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
It was devilweed, yeah.
All right.
I didn't write it down.
Yeah, it was devilweed. Because she was a hag.
All right. So he's kind of staring off in the distance. He's aware of what's happening, but he looks completely fucked up. But also doesn't seem to have suffered any long-term effects.
Okay, then I'll do the cutting. If you
Okay.
Hold on. We're going outside, and we're going to cut down a tree.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to the tree that we decide on.
yeah.
I haven't used this yet.
Oh right.
Trees.
The tree starts telling you about how it did its taxes last year, and it was so boring, and it had to
I'm
file
going to
out
walk up to the
1401
tree, and I'm going to be
day.
like, my friend, we need your help. This will not hurt for long, but
I
your
don't know what you're
sacrifice,
talking about.
your sacrifice will be well worth it.
I don't want to sacrifice. Let me tell you about my grandchildren, though, before.
I appreciate
Have
your
you heard of the
willingness.
Lord and Savior called Baal?
and then I'll wave the gray over.
As soon as he says, "Let me tell you about your grandchildren," you just say, "Ah, nuts."
And he's droning on about his favorite stats of the soccer team that he used to follow when he was a young kid.
Soccer. The gray, get over here.
Okay. And
This one right here.
okay. Oh, you got it, Voss. And I take out my battle axe and I start chopping.
All right, give me just a athletics check.
Thought you said it wouldn't take long.
My athletics is an 8.
Oh, okay. So it takes like half an hour to knock down a giant tree. You're looking to get a tree big enough that you can make a raft that's, what, 10 by 10 to hold you guys all? Something like that?
It could be 4 by 12 or whatever. It doesn't have to be that wide.
No, and it only has to hold 3 of you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, right. So then you're looking for a tree that's like 25 foot tall so you can make one to hold 3 guys.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a while. I don't know, 25 foot or whatever, 20 foot tall tree is going to have a good diameter.
And we can float it down. We can float the parts down on Tensor's disc. It can carry 500 pounds.
Yeah.
All right,
So
so
we
as
chop
he's-
it into 500-pound chunks and take it down.
That's a ritual spell, right? So
Yeah,
as
it takes 10 minutes, but it'll last an hour.
Yeah, as he's finishing up the chopping, 10 minutes before he's done, you're casting Tensor.
Okay.
And then you start...
Is the tree screaming in agony as it's being chopped down?
No, it's really odd. It just continues to drone on about really obscure facts that it has to tell you.
And
Starts
so this...
talking about how the weather was in 1341. It was extra hot and sunny, and there was all these babe birch trees around that looked really good. Doesn't seem to have a personality that matches what's actually happening around you.
So this is a cedar tree, right?
Yeah.
So we'll strip the bark off and make rope out of the bark to tie it together.
All right.
You know, because the cedar has those strips. You can strip it and make rope.
So you're making a birch bark canoe?
No, a cedar.
Cedar strip.
A dugout?
A cedar strip kayak.
All right. Yeah, so it probably takes a half an hour to chop the tree, maybe another half an hour to drag everything back using the disc. And then you can have all those components down, carried down to the water. You have to go the long way around the south because there is a 25 or 35 foot drop if you were to travel on the north part of this.
And go over the cliff there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to...
You're down here probably then. I don't know, where would you guys like to assemble your boat? You could either, like this would be the closest area.
I think
maybe we should check on that immovable rod before, like, it's been there all night, right?
Why don't you go look at it?
Okay.
So you go to look at the rod. The rod is not affected at all. So the magic of the rod is protecting it from the acid. And the skull looks like it's been tattered by acid, but it's still there. It hasn't decomposed.
Come back and get it later.
Still there.
Yeah, the skull is still there. And
All
there's
right.
still, when you killed it, the green flame dissipated from it, but the glowing red eyes were still there, and the glowing red eyes are still there.
Okay. I'll leave it cook a little longer.
So you guys are going to go out to this peninsula then?
I think we should like launch out here so we don't have to kind of navigate around this shit.
If
So-
I go to the tip as Lowen right there
Yep.
with my 150 foot dark range, can I see into like this area a little bit? 10, 20.
I don't know if those are actually
60,
10, 20, 30, 50,
It's
60,
like
70.
60 feet to here. 10,
Yeah.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
The squares are about 10 feet.
Yeah, that's what I was counting.
So I don't know. You see something like that down that way.
So I know that there's another beach there.
Yeah, you can see there's another beach. You don't see any creatures or anything interesting on that beach, but you can tell that there is another way that you could go. So this makes...
Yeah, I will relay that information to the group and say, you're right, there's another beach just on the other side. Not far, but it's far enough.
Okay.
So someone is going to helm the crafting of this boat.
I'm assuming that's a survival check, so I will probably be helming the making.
I will assist you. I have survival as well.
Okay, perfect. So you get advantage, or you can each roll, whatever you want.
Do you want to roll advantage, or do you want me to roll?
I don't know. You roll as well.
Okay.
See what happens.
I got a 10.
18 for me.
Okay.
Okay, so with an 18,
I'm like, put the blogs over here, and you're just ignoring me. And
yeah.
do it this way. Oh, yeah. You just ignore me.
But you do take the trick of stripping the bark from him, so that helps out. So you're able to build a boat. It's going to be 3 logs wide or whatever, and each of the logs is 10 foot long and 18 inches wide, kind of thing. So you feel like 3 of you could get on this boat and travel, and it feels like it's sturdy enough to continue.
How long does it take to make the boat?
An hour.
So your disc needs to be recast, so you need to spend another 10 minutes.
Okay. I do that like 10 minutes before it wears out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. And then you put the 2 little guys on the disc safely.
Yep.
Okay.
And
And
what's
then halfway across,
you just drop the disc.
You get shot in the back of the head.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Voth did go into this water a little bit, just along the top there, and he didn't take a whole pile of damage. So you know that this is slightly less acidic than, or definitely way less acidic than the origin source where you guys put the skull. So it's not nearly going to be as deadly as what Mako jumped through.
Okay.
Is Mako out of it? Or is he just like...
he is aware of what's around you, but he's also definitely like doped up like crazy. He's with you. He responds to what you say, but also when you're not asking anything of him, he's just kind of staring off in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
So he's there, but not there.
So it's his rations that he ate with a little devil's weed in there.
You think so? You think that's likely, but nobody else thinks that. Everybody else doesn't know what the hell's wrong with him. You think it's got something to do with his weird bug eating thing.
Must have finally ate a bad one.
Psychedelic bug that he found in the shit pile where the carrion crawlers were.
You'd think he'd be used to that flavor.
That brown tang.
Oh. Okay, so who is going to be steering this boat, and how do you plan on using it? Are you going to get another a small pole, or how do you plan on sailing this thing?
I guess when we limbed it, we probably could have saved a couple of the limbs.
I'm gonna use my masterwork great axe as a paddle to try to like a rudder to be able to steer.
How deep does this water seem to be?
It's kind of clear, so even though it's yellow and green, you can see down to the bottom is 15 to 20 foot, varies a little bit.
Okay.
So it's not incredibly deep. And you guys are going to paddle using just one axe?
No, we
And a
would have
pole.
kept some of the branches and made some kind of poles or paddles or whatever.
Are you going to try and make a pole deep enough that you can get to the bottom? Like a 20-foot pole?
We could use another tree. You want me to cut another tree?
Yeah, go cut another tree.
A real skinny one?
Yeah, a real skinny one. Go talk to it, Voth.
So it takes a half hour to go find another small tree, cut it down, bring it back, and you can get yourself 2 20-foot poles out of that.
Okay.
So
All
now
right.
you got a gondola.
Okay, who's gonna sing?
Mako starts singing.
Oh, sole mio.
Santa Lucia. Okay, I'll get a athletics check from the 2 guys that want to use the poles.
Well, I'm sitting on the disc.
I Mako would do that.
All right, I'll roll 1 for Mako.
Yeah, I guess I'll be the other one.
Oh, Mako rolled well.
Both did not.
Mako got like a 21 or 22 or something.
What did Voth get?
Can you roll at advantage?
Nope.
Why did you get a 21 and a 22?
21 or a 22. I don't know his stats.
Oh, okay.
For
I think he's
athletics,
got like a +5 actually.
it's
I know
a
his strength is
+8.
+5.
For athletics, it's a +8.
All right. Well, he succeeds.
So
I have a +7, so I actually rolled a 14.
All right, that's good enough. You guys aren't doing any special maneuvers. The only thing you have to do is try and move around.
Not like we're dealing with rapids or anything.
You have to turn a slight bit through here. So Mako is on the northern side of the boat, and he pushes off the edge and turns you guys around the corner. So I'm just going to take Lycus and move him. So as you get to there, you guys be able to see deeper in.
Lowen would definitely be able to see most of that cavern now.
and the gray is gonna hold a ray of frost, kind of as long as he can in case he sees something.
Right. That's a cantrip, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Perfect. You don't see any creatures, any monsters. The only thing that you see of any interest at all is down... where's my selection tool? Down here, there's just a little wooden crate.
I'll just ask everyone to hold up as we come to the shore's edge. And I pull out my lantern of revealing. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
And I'm running my torch of detect magic at the same time.
Yeah, so I will light up my, just in case there's some funky business.
All right. And you don't see anything interesting with either of your lantern or torches. The keys, are none of the keys have radiated magic.
Yeah, so I just
Prior.
want to make sure there wasn't something like, invisible sitting there waiting to eat us.
No, you don't see anything at all. It just seems like an abandoned area, except for one crate.
I'm going to cast Firebolt at the crate.
Why? Shouldn't we just check it for traps first?
What if it's a mimic?
That's a good point. What's the mimic?
Shoot it with your arrow.
All right, your firebolt hits it, and it starts igniting because it's a wooden crate.
Put the fire out!
Ray of Frost.
Ray of
Yeah,
frost.
there you go.
I'll shoot my ray of frost.
Okay, you ray of frost it, and that we'll say that puts the fire out. It's just a real shitty pallet-looking rickety crate. It doesn't look nice in any way, and now it's got burn marks on it and some ice.
Well,
Feel free, like us.
no,
Your
Gray.
hand first.
Gray, you didn't want me to check it, so you go check it.
Well, you tried to burn it, so I put it out.
Mako, go get the box.
Mako didn't get on the boat.
Ah, for crying out loud.
Fine, I'll open the box, but I get to keep what's inside.
As you approach it, you see on top of the crate is a key.
Okay. What color is the key?
So, I went to my notes to figure out what that drug was called, Because you're a miscreant.
Uh-huh.
Blue. It is a blue key. Or an 8 blue key, in fact.
Okay.
The crate is such shoddy quality that you can look through the slats in it, and you don't see anything interesting inside the crate. You can try opening it as well if you want.
Is it locked? Is there some sort of lock on it?
No, there's no locks. Just a rickety piece of crap.
Okay.
Move
I'd like to try and sleight of hand the key without everyone seeing.
Oh, you're gonna start with this again?
All right, give me a sleight of hand check.
Taking a level of thief now.
Okay, that's a 12.
I think your passive perception is the highest at 13. Does anyone have a 12?
I have a
I do.
passive of 13.
Okay.
I got 12 as well.
I'm standing 10 feet behind him, and my
I'm
passive
standing
is
looking right over his shoulder as he's doing this.
Literally every one of you sees him taking the key.
Except for Mako, because he's not here.
Yeah.
I say to the Gray, you know you're going to have to take that out again when we've got to put it in the lock, right?
Hey, you didn't even want to come up to the chest here, and I said I get to keep what's ever in it.
Well, I wouldn't stand like 50 feet away. So,
And
anyways,
also the key was on top of it, not in it.
yes.
Okay, I open up the crate.
All right. There's nothing in it at all. Just empty.
Move the crate aside. Maybe there's something under the crate.
Okay, you move the crate aside. There's dirt under the crate, or stone. Looks like the rest of the area.
Well, that was less
hidden
than
compartments in the
exciting.
Yeah.
You now have 5
his hand
keys.
inside the part that Voss is searching for and trying to grab his hand.
Let's inspect the walls here. See if we can find any kind of secret doors or anything like that. It just seems, I don't know.
Sure.
Give me an investigation check.
We'll make an investigation on that. 21.
Okay.
18.
Are we all gonna roll?
Yeah, if you like, sure.
Voth was gonna look to see if there was any like footprints or anything around that didn't come from us, but I rolled 3, so probably don't see anything.
I got a natty 1.
So Voth, you don't see any footprints at all, and the rest of you would also see that Voth is evaluating the ground. So if somebody else wanted to offer some assistance, he could maybe.
I don't think
The Gray and I are just following each other's footsteps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So you don't see anything interesting footprint-wise. This is obviously kind of out of the way, so yeah, it doesn't look like there's been anything else around here. You're pretty comfortable in that. And the rest of you looking at the walls don't see anything interesting.
Hey, well, we got the key. This is what we came here for. What else do we need?
Yeah, okay, let's go back then.
All right.
Just
being
curious on
paranoid.
how the key got here.
That's a better question.
Oh, sole mio.
Mike serenades you all as you guys travel back on your gondola. It's easy again. I guess give me an athletics check again, the two guys rowing, just to see if you completely fail or not.
16.
Perfect. And then the other guys. Oh, Mako was supposed to be the other driver. I guess he did. He never got off the boat.
Wow.
He rolled good enough. So you guys get back on the shore.
Okay.
Come back over here and everything goes smooth. And you now have 5 keys in your hands.
Well, let's
I've
crack
got
this.
1.
Well, Voth has 4 keys. And
I have the other 4.
Okay.
Let's just crack this baby open. Find out what's behind it.
okay, so everybody comes back in. What's our... hey, everyone's just kind of crowding around the door right now? Is our marching order?
Well, the Gray seem to
Definitely
be
has an
really
arrow arch.
enthusiastic about this key, so maybe he should open the door.
Well, if Voth has got all the keys, is this like it's gonna take 5 of us to all turn our keys at the same time?
You're not sure.
What do you think, Voth?
Well, I can turn these two, and if you turn those two, then
Well, I've only
quickly
got
go to the last one.
Just give Mako the brown key.
Mako's standing on the stairs, looking at the treads of the stair.
Is he about to step on one of those trap things?
How about Lycus? Lycus can do a mage hand on one of the keys.
Yeah, I'll mage hand one of the keys in there.
Sure. So you guys put all the keys in the openings, and then.
All right, I'm going to show you my masterful note taking. Put the red Nothic key in one of the holes, and the green Grick key in another one, and the brown Caustic key, and the silver Garbage key, and the ornate blue Crate key in the last one. Done.
Nice. Those
Yeah, but it's
all make sense.
blue into the blue keyhole and red into the red keyhole.
And so you guys are going to, in unison, turn these. So I'll need a sleight of hand check from the 3 guys doing this to see if you can work in unison to turn.
Natural 1.
Natural 2.
That's 2 in a row.
I got better. I got 11.
Okay. So Voth,
That's 2 ones.
Voth says to everybody, okay, we're going to do this on 3. And then he goes 3, 2, 1, and he turns his keys. And the 2 of you look at each other and go, do we go on 3 or do we go after 3? And then you go, oh,
Or
shit.
they go
and you
3
turn
and
the
then
keys.
just turn the key at 2.
And then it turns out it doesn't really matter because the door cracks open.
Or you
High
think you did
fives
it
all
right. You're
around.
like, oh, holy crap. Oh, you did it right.
Oh, man.
And then
You did
Mako
it.
says, oh, good
First try.
job.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you see, sorry, go ahead. No?
The door
Yeah.
the door opens on its own.
The door cracks open a little bit.
All right.
And then just swings with its own weight. Slowly swings open. And you see a room in here, a fairly barren room. It's got
Is it a left-hand swing or a right-hand swing?
It's a fancy magic pivot door. It pivots in the center.
Okay.
Ooh.
In the room ahead, you see a fairly decent-sized room. It's got just a simple desk and a chair in one corner with a clay jar sitting on the desk. And then some books on the desk as well. And in the very back corner, you see a weak, timid-looking creature sitting on a cot of tattered rags. And when he sees you guys opening the door, you see he cowers down like a golem type, like, oh, he's frightened that someone would be coming in here. And you hear him mumbling to himself. And you also know that your Blackhearts consider this to be a target for you.
Okay, Voth. I'm ready when you are.
Try to communicate at all. This guy, he's standing in the back corner and he goes, don't betray me, don't betray me. I'm the betrayer. Just leave me alone. Come on, leave me alone. Don't do anything. And he's got his hands up over his head. He looks very skinny and he's got mottled, blurry dots on his face. Birthmarks looking.
How long you been in this hole?
I've been here as long as they make me. I just stay here and I don't do anything. Go away. Leave me alone. They're after me.
Who put you here?
My friends put me here. Fizz put me here. He's protecting me.
Your friends?
He's my master.
This is your master. Oh, please let us put you out of your misery. That no.
No, he's protecting me. He's protecting me. Leave me alone.
Protecting you. You're in a hole surrounded by acid and death.
It keeps the weird mages out. They can't get me here. I'm safe here. Go away. I don't want you here anymore. Leave me be.
You sad creature. It's almost like a wounded animal that needs to be put out of its misery.
Just let me live. Let me live. I have to serve the Fizz. I have to serve all of them. I have to serve Varric. Make right what I did.
Voss, hurry up.
Just put it out of its misery.
The Gray would like to cast Minor Illusion to make it look like I've got chains coming off my arms, just like Voth. Like,
Okay. Perfect.
You're fanboying it up.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, he's cosplaying as well.
Feel like it's just like the like rhinestone leather hanging off of his arms, but the chains are just dangling.
like those awful like 80s leather jackets that have like the streamers coming off the side that motorcyclists wear. That's what
Yes.
it is.
and we walk in together, and it's like slow motion, except it's not actually in slow motion. We're just walking really slow.
Very slow and dramatically.
Got your sunglasses on.
With every other step, I'll change into like Thaniel, and then I'll change into Varric,
Oh,
and
man.
I'll just change into all of them. And by the time I like get to him, I'll just like change into Fizz because I saw him once too.
Okay.
And
So as you're walking up, you get like 10 feet away from him, and you start raising your warhammer up to go and strike him down.
Yep.
And as you're doing that, you see a flash of purple smoke like you've seen once before in your camp.
And I'm Fizz at this time.
You're Fizz at this point as their final step, and your warhammer comes down, and a poof of smoke appears, and a quarterstaff from a tiny gnome blocks your blow, and then he casts a spell which creates a wall of force between you and Praxis and Fizz on one side. Sorry, Praxis and Fizz on one side, and the rest of you on the other side. And you see Fizz standing before you, and he says, "Ah, you look pretty cool."
Well, I thought that it would make your prisoner here feel a little bit better that his master puts him out of his misery.
Well, I'm very disappointed in you. I could have helped you all, and now I'm going to have to crush you. Why would you do this? Why would you come here and bother my friends? I told you not to.
Obviously, you haven't met all of us before. Our reputation should precede us. We don't like being told what to do.
You're a
Just
lapdog
my little-
for a mage, are you not? You do exactly what you're told.
I am not a lapdog.
Woof, woof, little man.
You sit there for another 10 minutes and see what happens when that wall comes down.
Oh, you're so tough. I can crush you all with my pinky finger if I wanted to.
Right here. Feel free.
Now we know the Fizz that has been held back all these years.
This is a year of COVID repressing Fizz.
You're a real good friend. Keep your friends locked up in caves constantly, eh?
Yeah.
He's a
Do a lot
broken
for his
man.
health.
I have to keep him here for his own protection. He's
Yeah,
got
what
all the
about-
food he needs.
What about Varric and Kaz? You kept them locked up.
I did no such thing. I lost Varric and Kaz. They're good friends of mine. This pathetic creature is just a lackey of mine. Very disappointed Gord's not here for this, by the way. So, Fizz is standing behind this wall. His chest is puffed up, and he feels very confident and very strong, and he's so tough and everything. And as this banter goes back and forth between you, from behind, from the room behind where the flame skull was, another person walks through the doorway, and Fizz's face drops, and fear and panic appear in his eyes as Szass Tam walks into the room behind you guys and stands with his really in a relaxed posture with his hands to his hips, saying, I think we need to deal with this little rodent. Why don't we kill him now? And Fizz goes, oh my God, he's here! And he's totally changed his attitude from this tough guy hiding behind the wall of force to complete panic. And he taps his staff on the ground, Fizz does. And he casts a teleport spell. And he touches Praxis along with him and teleports the two of them away. And Tam just shakes his head, just not out of any fear or anything, but just disappointment that he would disappear in such a way. And then Tam says to you guys, you're going to have to go after those fools. You're going to have to kill that Praxis one. And I don't know who the other one is, but you're going to need to kill him too. This is the final mission I need you to go on for me. And I need you to leave immediately because I can cast a spell that can follow the teleportation. This one last task is all I need to ask of you. Will you do it?
Can you send us to their location?
I can do that very thing, but it has to be done within a minute of their casting the teleportation.
All right, let's go.
I hate it when the prey leaves. It's annoying. Let's go.
How does Voth react to Szass Tam?
It would be the like whole like cultist turn around and like kneel in reverence sort of attitude.
And Tam is very nonchalant about everything. He just, of course I showed up when I needed to. This is no big deal. It's just what I do. You could tell there's this egotism just dripping off of him.
Does he take the form of a lich, or does he take the form of a normal human being?
He's wearing the red robes with black trim, and he's got the skull for a head. He doesn't pretend that he's not what he is. He does look just like a lich.
Okay.
So the Grey will just mimic whatever Voth does. If Voth kneels down and has his sword or his hammer, the Grey's gonna totally, like 1 second later, just do the exact same thing.
Okay, perfect. And Tam doesn't really acknowledge or recognize any of the reverence. He just sort of pretends to be above that, doesn't say anything to that.
But it's very obvious that the Grey is like just 1 second behind whatever
Yes.
Voth's doing.
And he says, ready yourselves. I will cast the teleportational tether immediately.
Lycus is going to pay close attention to the spell.
Sure.
And he's also taken notes on what Fizz did when he cast Wall of Force and Teleport.
When you seen Fizz cast the spell, both spells that he cast, both times he was tapping his staff. He's got this staff with this giant white crystal on the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And both times the spells he cast came from that staff. They didn't get cast through proper semantic and material durable components like you would expect a mage to.
Okay.
But Tam, he cast this spell that's this incredibly intricate spell. You've never even heard of anybody cast a spell to this level. It's a very, very intricate thing. And as he does his chanting and whatnot, he creates this giant yellow-white glowing wormhole that fashions from the spot that they teleported away from and then grows out from that. And it grows out past the wall of force into a 10-foot radius. And he says, I have to hold the magic open through here. You have to run through and complete this mission for me. I cannot run through this tether while I'm holding the spell in place. Go now. Complete the mission. And you all...
Voth goes.
You all
Like
run
us.
through.
Micah says impressive as he walks through the door or through the portal.
Perfect.
Lowen will just nod and walk through as well.
Okay.
The gray is right on Voth's coattails.
As the Gray and Voth are walking through, I sort of hit him on the back and was like, "Today we are true followers of Szass Tam."
Very reverent moment. So you go through this yellow-white portal, and it takes about a minute for Tam to cast the spell. That is a really detailed, intricate spell. And then you follow this teleportation, and you come out exactly in the same spot that Fizz teleported himself to. And in the minute that has passed since you were waiting for the spell to be cast, he's moved himself. Let's see here. Fizz has moved himself on the other side of this desk here. You can see that you're in this incredibly magical, grandiose wizard's tower with all these interesting, intricate rooms that split off of this main room where you've teleported into. And Fizz is standing behind the desk, and so is Praxis behind the desk. And as you come through, Fizz goes, "Oh my god, what the hell?" And he takes that same staff he's cast all his spells with previously, and he slams it down on the top of the desk, inserting it into a hole in the top of the desk, and twists it, locks it in place, and it creates this new force wall, this round force wall that surrounds him. You can see it here as this blue wall around the desk and the upper chambers. And Praxis is also standing just 5 feet behind him, right over there. It's not worthy of his own icon. And Fizz shouts, "Ah! You may be able to defeat me, but you'll never defeat the Fizzlets!" And he activates the staff, and the top of the staff starts glowing a yellow-white light. The crystal on the top glows a yellow-white light, and these 4 different elemental creatures appear.
The fizz shits?
The Fizzlets, you moron!
The fizz shits?
Kill him first! Kill that one first, he says.
I'm sure he said he took a shit of fizz. And this is what came out? My god, what does this thing eat?
Kill them all! No!
I think you got to see a doctor if you have fizzy shits.
Ooh. Either that or you need some more fiber.
So what appears is these 4 different elemental creatures.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Ruining my penultimate moment of the campaign. What the hell? Hey, look, I rolled a good score for Lowen for his initiative.
That's not great.
Well, that's way better than I've ever rolled for you before.
That's wow, great.
22.
20.
Oh, I thought I rolled you a 12. So Fizz is hidden behind this impenetrable sphere that Lycus would recognize as a resilient sphere that's impenetrable, impassable. But you see that as the crystal is glowing, it summons these 4 creatures out on these different leaves of the chamber. And apparently they're all going to go
No.
early. Oh, okay, the gray goes first.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in what seems to be the top floor of a super magical tower. You're aware that it's not possible to get through this barricade where Fizz is, but you have these 4 creatures descending on you.
And we
From 4
see
different
that
directions.
those 4 elemental creatures
Yeah,
appear.
and you can tell that they have each represent different elements. There's a fire elemental, water, air, and earth.
Uh-huh. Okay, the gray is going to look over to Voth, and then he's going to just concentrate, and he's going to kind of press his fists together and go into a wild magic rage.
Yeah. So you get
Wild
your
magic.
D8, or D8, D10, whatever it is.
I roll a d8, and I rolled a 6. And where's my wild magic? 6 means I'm surrounded by multicolor protective lights, and I gain +1 AC bonus. And while within 10 feet of me, my allies gain the same bonus.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
So
what
all
a good
allies
time to
within
roll
10
that.
What's the bonus?
I get +1 to AC, and so does everyone who is in 10 feet of me.
Oh, that's awesome.
But only while you're in 10 feet of me. So I'm going to
Piggyback time?
no, I'm gonna charge at I'm gonna charge at this guy right here.
So he's the earth elemental.
Yep. He's the one I'm facing. I'm raging and going to swing at this guy. So my AC is now 18. And I'm going to make a swing with my signed battle axe.
Okay.
That's a 21.
That will hit.
Okay.
This guy is a giant structure made of rocks, made humanoid.
Okay, 9 points of damage with my battle axe.
Okay.
Is
And
it
you're-
a giant fizz made out of rocks, or?
Yeah, of course. They all look like fizz.
Okay.
They're just, yeah, there's a fire fizz, a water fizz.
And by giant, you mean just like regular size.
Giant 4 fizz? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
And all of his hands look like little tiny fizzes.
They're all large creatures. Each of them has a square surrounding their icons, and that represents their actual size. But they're all capable of shrinking down in size as well.
Should I then be back here?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that sounds good. Because technically they take up that much space. They're like this guy would be a humanoid rock, but also a swirl of rocks around as well.
Sure.
So that makes sense. You'd be hitting right from there. And then it is Lowen's turn.
Lowen will take a look and go, crap. And I will bonus action Hunter's Mark, the flaming one.
Okay.
And then I will take my short bow and take my 3 shots. The lowest is a 16, and then everything else is like 27 and 19.
All 3 of those hit.
Okay. So I should just use D&D Beyond for this, because that would make my life much easier.
First round sucks as Gloomstalkers.
2 and a D8 roll. That is a lot of dice. And I gotta add 15 to that. Yes. So that would be 39 points of piercing damage.
39 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good hit on one of these guys.
Yeah. Some of that force damage as well. So
okay.
I could figure out which one was force damage.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay.
And then it's the flame guy's turn to retaliate.
Lowen will back up and like dip into the AC. Oh,
Okay.
but I will be like right at the edge in case somebody wants to run by me so that they can run past me.
Are these 5-foot squares or 10-foot squares?
Yes, 5 foot squares.
Oh, okay. Then I definitely will not be in the buff because I don't want to take up a square within it. So
Okay.
we're good there.
And then it is Fire Elemental's turn. And this guy runs forward right here.
Wee.
He runs through Mako and Lycus' space. And you each take. Who wants to be Mako? Art, are you going to be Mako for the night?
I can be. I do have his character sheet like pulled up.
Sure, that would be great. So Mako takes 8 fire damage and is now on fire. And then Lycus takes 4 fire damage.
The irritating part is you can't edit his page because I don't have control of it.
Okay, well, I'll keep track of his hit
That's
points.
okay. It's okay, I can do it. So it's 8 hit points he took?
8 damage, and he's on fire. And Lycus is also on fire. And
No
Lycus
save.
takes 4 hit points. Sorry?
There's no save.
No save. Just because he's moved into your space, you are now on fire. And then just say he can. Oh yeah, and stop there. Okay, yeah. So he's moved there, and then he's going to take an attack, and he's going to take 1 attack against Lycus. That is a 23 to hit.
Bastard.
Okay, so that hits them, I'm assuming.
Well, if I put shield up, I have a 23 armor class, but meet or beat.
And that is 9 points of fire damage.
You gonna absorb elements right now?
Yeah.
Should have done it on the first time. You could have reduced the other fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then he does 1 against Mako, 1 attack against Mako.
Mm-hmm.
That's 18 to hit. I don't think that hits Mako, I'm not sure.
No, it does not hit Mako.
Okay. So that's the fire guy. Fire Fizzlet's turn. Voth.
Voth is going to run down 10 feet, reach out and touch Lycus as he begins casting the spell, and then run another 10 feet and touch the gray and finish casting the spell, which is heroism at 2nd level. So on each of their turns, they get 4 hit points at the start of each of their turns as temporary hit points. And they cannot be frightened.
And
You guys got that?
Okay, and how often do we get this for? Just the one time?
Nope, for as long as I can concentrate on it, for up to a minute.
No. How do we add? Oh, there we go. Okay.
But you get the temp hit points at the start of your turn.
Yep, I'm looking at that.
Yeah.
And if you're done, Voth, then it is Lycus' turn.
Okay.
I don't know if the fire elemental would have attacked me as I left his melee, but
Oh, yeah. Yeah, why not? He rolls a 22 to hit.
that'll hit. Damn it.
Make your spell save. Please.
The 15, so
That is
depending on how much damage he does.
7 damage.
All right.
So you succeed on your save, but you're also ignited as well. So unless you take an action to douse the fire, you take more fire damage at the start of your next turn.
Okay.
So that's the same for Lycus and Mako.
Okay. I will take an action to douse the fire.
Okay.
And then I'll move over. These are 5-foot squares?
5 foot, yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll move here.
Okay.
Take your 4 hit points.
I did.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's
Thank
your
you.
turn.
Yeah.
Okay, next is this guy down here. And so it's next the water elemental's turn.
Hmm?
He's gonna go.
Did
make
you
steam
spill?
with the fire elemental.
What's that?
He's gonna go make steam with the fire elemental.
The water elemental doesn't want to go past the fire elemental, so he follows over here to where Lycus is. And Lycus can make a strength saving throw.
Mako gets a opportunity attack against it.
Yep.
That's true. He does. So Mako...
Actually, no, he doesn't.
Why
He
not?
doesn't, because the elemental can reduce its width to as narrow as 1 inch. So it stays in this 5 foot square and doesn't expand itself to that.
Oh,
Is
So
Lycus still on fire?
no, I put myself
Oh,
up.
no, he didn't. He's good now. He's just going to get water buffeted to death.
Now his fire would have been put out.
So the water elemental doesn't want to get any closer to that fire elemental, so it narrows itself down as much as it can.
Now, you said I had to make a what? A strength save?
A strength save, please.
Ooh, I rolled good. A 19.
Okay, so you take no damage. You're just pushed out of the elemental space right there.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yep, that's not a big deal. So the water elemental comes over and buffets you with water, so you're kind of soaked, and pushes you back, and nothing else happens. You avoid the damage. And then next is the earth elemental's turn. He just walks forward and makes a couple slam attacks against the gray. He doesn't even have to walk forward. He just attacks the gray twice. Ooh, the first one is a 25 to hit, and the second one's a 26 to hit.
They both hit.
This is bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it's halved.
So it'll be
So-
halved.
He hits me in my shield, but I still take the beating right through the shield.
You take 18 damage from the first hit,
Yeah.
and then 11 damage from the second hit. Neither of those are divided, so 9 and then 5
Yeah.
damage. And that is all that he can do. And then next is the air elemental's turn. And the air elemental comes down right here. And I need a strength save from Voth and Lowen.
$17 plus 4, 21.
21.
15 for Lowen.
Okay. And let me roll something. So Lowen is sent buffeting against the same wall that he's standing at. and he succeeds at his saving throw, but takes 3 damage from being buffeted against the wall. And then Voth gets sent back this way 20 feet. So Voth gets pushed up against the resilient sphere and takes 3 damage as well. Bludgeoning damage for each of you.
Is Voth still on fire?
I'll say no, because he's been buffeted by wind.
Okay.
You're just
It would knock
knocking
it out,
right
I
out.
think. And then...
But he got thrown in the opposite direction. Like he was attacked from one side and got thrown the other way.
Yeah, he gets thrown at random. Because what happens is the elemental goes into everyone's space and then starts spinning like a cyclone.
Okay.
So you can get kind of just sent randomly in any direction from there. So the attack kind of came from every direction, but because it was in the middle of a whirlwind, I'll say that the fire's gone out. And also, wizards would know, Lycus would know, that it's not typical that you'd see all different kinds of elementals in the same place. They don't really like each other generally. So Fizz must be a very strong, powerful wizard.
So strong, so powerful.
And then the elemental takes 2 attacks against Lowen.
Does
Oh, it
more?
hasn't even attacked yet. That's just moving.
Oh, okay.
17 to hit and 18 to hit.
18's my
Okay,
AC,
so one
only
hits you.
1 hits. Unless you give me the +1 for standing on the corner of the grazed
No, you're clearly out of the zone.
sphere. Okay.
What's
Then
the
only one
wording
hit.
on your thing? On the AC bonus thing?
They have to be within 10
I gotta
feet.
stand in the...
Oh, yeah,
10
you're
feet.
within 10 feet of him.
Then he gets a +1.
Because you're 2 squares away.
Then nothing
Okay.
hits me because my AC is naturally 18. So
But my little purple circle should actually be bigger than that.
it's in my square. I just
Yeah.
didn't
Oh,
quite.
that's fair, because you're 10 feet away from him, so. And then it's Mako's turn. Mako is on fire right now.
Yeah, he will bonus action summon his echo on the opposite side of the fire elemental. And then make his 2 attacks.
Okay.
That's not awful. That is a 15 and a 22 to hit.
Those both hit.
Okay. And I need some D12. There's 1. There's 2. That's not great damage. That is 13 and 11 points of slashing damage. And then Mako will... I can't move Mako, but Mako will back up into the water element and put himself out.
Okay. He's going to go here, and then he needs to make a strength saving throw.
Does he first get attacked, like opportunity attack?
I'll do the strength save first, and then he'll get an attack buff against.
Strength saving throw of 17. Man, his strength saving throw is like +8. Jeez.
He already used his reaction this turn to hit me, right? We haven't gone back to him yet.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
true.
right, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So he succeeds on the save. And he gets buffeted back out again.
And now its flames are gone.
Yeah, I'll say he's not on fire.
Okay. That was the point. So if Meko can go on that square, because I can't move Meko, but
Where?
he can go there.
Here? Oh, here. You want to move Meko into the fire?
Yeah.
All right. It takes fire damage and dies.
Yeah. Then he wouldn't have done that. He would have put it out where you had him. So, Mako just learned the hard way.
Yeah, so did Art.
Yep, totally.
Oh, well, it's just a bonus action to bring him back.
Yep.
No biggie. And top of the round, the gray. You're surrounded.
4 hit points.
I'm surrounded. I get 4 temp hit points.
You do. You're a fizzlet sandwich.
The thing is, though, it's just like this wind column behind me, and a rock swirling in front of me.
Yeah. Like 2 tornadoes.
Sure. But is the space that I'm walking, like this hallway, is it like 5 feet or is it
5 foot.
so nobody can walk past me?
No. I'm just going to move that guy back a bit because you really technically should be standing there.
Right. I was just standing not in his square.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so I'm going to keep swinging at the earth elemental.
Okay. So if an ally wanted to, he could walk here past you if he was able to get past the other elemental.
Okay.
So you're not blocking your allies.
Okay, it's a dirty 20 to hit.
That hits.
Oh my goodness.
Gesundheit.
And that's 7 damage.
Okay. And that's your round?
I'm going to second wind
Okay.
as my bonus action.
Perfect. And then it will be Lowen's turn.
Can I still shoot the fire elemental, or am I like encompassed inside the air elemental right now?
You're inside a whirlwind right now, so you wouldn't be able to shoot an arrow.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go out of the whirlwind.
So you have to move here just because you can't stand on top of a statue.
Okay. All right.
So that'll be an attack lop for the air element. So actually, no, he still threatens you there. No, you're good there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take 2 shots at the fire elemental.
Okay.
One's a natural 20 and the other is a 19.
They hit.
Yeah.
Did you roll at disadvantage?
Why would I roll it?
Because you're using a ranged weapon next to. Good call.
Thanks,
so the first one hits.
Mike.
The first one hits
Sorry.
with the 19.
Rules lawyer.
Good idea.
So
Good
the
job,
first
Mike.
one hits, and I lose my natural 20.
Yep.
And the second one hits as well, because I rolled double 9s for a 19.
Yeah, 19 hits.
Sorry.
Good job, Mike. You get inspiration, Mike, for that.
Oh, okay.
I like that. Taking away a crit? Yeah.
Okay. I'll take that. I would get inspiration for fucking over my fellow player.
That's the kind of attitude I like to build. Like, a hatred between everyone.
27 points of piercing damage.
Okay, 27 damage. You can see that this guy has taken a good amount of damage now at this point. He's taken some good hits.
Yep. And yeah, Lowen will stay where he is. Yeah.
Perfect. Fire Elemental's turn. So this Fire Elemental's going to move here. And I'm going to need What? It seems fine.
I see.
Oh, there's no save on this one. I like this. This is my favorite one. No save. Easy for
I
you
hate
guys.
Fire elemental.
So Voth takes 4 fire damage, is now on fire, and Lowen takes 5 fire damage and is now on fire.
5. Okay.
And then he makes his 2 attacks. 1 against each of you.
Okay.
Against Voth is a 16 to hit,
Nope.
which misses. And against Lowen is a 17 to hit,
Nope.
which misses. But you're both on fire.
Yep.
Voth,
Thank you for that.
it's your turn, Voth.
All right.
And the
Well.
butter. At least you're flanking. Not that helps.
Feels good.
I'm going to stay on fire and I'm going to attack twice.
All right.
So he's on fire, attacking fire. So he's got like fire chains.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is
thinking-
metal as shit right now.
One attack is a 23 and the other is a 15.
They both hit.
Sweet. So 7 points on one attack and 11, so 18 total.
18. Okay. Perfect.
So did you have to roll a con save?
I have been.
Oh, for
I-
your
I
like a
assume
little
my
bit of fire damage.
Do I
I'm
do I
just
take
I'm
my
just
fire
fishing
damage at
for
the-
inspiration. That's all.
Yeah, at the start of your turn, you take 5 more fire damage.
I'm hoping the DM will just keep passing out the inspiration.
No, you gotta be like evil about it, like Mike is, where he's, where he's excited that the guy doesn't
Evil.
get his crit.
Sounds about right.
Literally revel in it. Like us, you have inspiration, and it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to cast Mind Sliver on the water elemental in front of me.
Okay.
So that's a saving throw. Intelligence saving throw.
Let's see here. How smart are these guys?
DC 15.
He fails.
Okay.
So what kind of damage is Mind Sliver?
Psychic.
Psychic.
Psychic damage, okay.
So he takes 7 points of psychic damage
Okay.
and subtract a d4 from his next saving throw, and then Lycus is going to Misty Step to here, and then move 5, 10, move to there.
Okay. Perfect.
Actually, no, I'm gonna move to here. That's where I'll move to. Right there.
Just go 5 forward more.
All right, that's
Oh.
good.
Okay.
And that's his turn.
Perfect. And then it's the water elemental's turn. And he's going to move into Mako's space. He's going to move right here. So Mako is going to need to give me a strength save again.
14. Oh, no. Sorry, that's mine. 15.
Are you going to get one more than you?
No, I read the wrong number on mine and then realized it was mine, and then I switched it over to his.
Okay, so he doesn't take damage. He just gets pushed out
Okay,
of the space.
I guess push that way.
And then it is Rock Monster's turn.
I guess, did you get your 4 hit points?
That sounds like a yes.
I think he's doing it now.
The Earth Elemental is still stuck in combat with the Gray. He starts bashing at him with his fists again. A 20 to hit and the 17 to hit.
The 20 hits and the 17 does not.
Okay.
So what happens if the earth or the water elemental and the fire elemental possess the same space?
They become a steam elemental, which is 5 CR higher.
Yeah, it's way worse.
You don't want that to happen. They cross the
I'm no
stream,
longer
basically.
going to throw the fire elemental into the water elemental.
That portal, that yellow portal, that's no longer there, right?
Yes, that disappears after 6 seconds after you leave it, so it's gone now. But I don't have a animated map that I can do that with.
That's fine.
But yeah, you're good to walk through that. It's just regular.
We can't flush them down the portal.
No, send them back for Tam to deal with. So the 2 attacks against you hit, and you take
No, only one attack hits.
1 attack hits.
Yes,
Okay.
remember my AC is 18 now. 'cause
Oh,
I have
yes, right.
Surge.
Your wild magic. Sorry. So he does 13 damage.
Okay.
13 half,
13 half. Yes, it's bludgeoning damage, so half.
so 6.
Yeah, I took 6 damage.
And then it is the air elemental's turn. He doesn't want to cross the streams, so he moves into the Grave's turn zone as well here. And the Grey needs to give me a strength saving throw.
Okay.
At advantage because you're raging.
I got a natural 20 on the first roll.
Okay,
I'll probably do it then.
I think you'll be fine.
Is he just going to bounce back and forth between the rock elemental and the air elemental now, or what? It's like a pinball?
He moves this way and bashes against the sidewall and takes 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Which
Round
I
it
can
down to
half.
1.
I can half until.
To 1. So you get buffeted against the sidewall a little bit, and then
On natural 20, I still take damage.
yeah. So you took no damage from the spinning of the whirlwind, but you did take damage from being thrown out and contacted against the sidewall.
Okay.
You took wall
Okay.
damage.
I took wall damage.
Wall-to-wall
Did I see the wall coming? Can I use my danger sense?
You didn't have to make a dex save, so you're good to go. The air elemental is also going to attack you twice.
All right.
An 18 to hit and a 12 to hit.
The 18 hits.
So that is also just bludgeoning damage. That is 12 points, so 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And that is the air elemental's turn. And then it's Mako's turn.
Mako will bonus action make his other half appear right there.
Oh, outside of it this
In the
time?
thing?
No, he will be smarter and put it outside. Thank you. Keep thinking. Yeah, it'll be right there. And then he will attack the water elemental from where he is twice. One's a natural 20 and the other is a 21.
Mike, can you help me somehow?
What?
The water
Go ahead.
elemental's
Mike.
the water
Fuck off,
elemental's a
Mike.
rogue, right?
You stop it.
Okay. Sorry, what was the second attack?
21
Okay.
to hit.
Yeah, oh, so they both hit then.
So we'll roll that for a total of 11 plus 12 for 23 points of damage. And I think that's all he can do. Yeah.
Perfect.
Wait, what can he do with his...
You can unleash.
Yeah, he can make 6 attacks a
Carnation.
round if he wants to.
I will make one more attack with
Okay.
the unleash.
Incarnate. or whatever.
Unleash Incarnation
Right.
for a 14 to hit.
14 does hit.
Ooh. Two. 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay. And he's using his magic great sword or
He is
whatever he's got.
using a magic great axe, yes.
Yeah, okay. And it is the Grey's turn. You're in the middle of a whirlwind, fighting off a rocky whirlwind.
And you get
Okay,
4
and-
temporary hit points.
Are they like in my space right now? Like it
The
looked
rock guy
like
isn't, but the other guy is. The air elemental is in your space.
he's in my space.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I thought that they couldn't occupy the same space.
Yeah, but these guys are special.
That's
Also
an
an
elemental
arrow.
thing.
Wow, they must have been created by a really powerful wizard.
You get inspiration.
None of that bullshit's gonna come from me.
Okay, the wind doesn't seem to really be affecting me. I'm just gonna keep bashing at this earth elemental. I've got some success here.
Sounds good.
I'm going to attack recklessly.
All right.
Natural 20.
Dude, 2 in a row.
No. I didn't have it on my attack.
You still rolled 2 in a row.
Well, yeah, that's what reckless does for you. Okay. Damage is 17.
Nice.
17 damage. Okay. And that's your round?
Yep,
Okay, perfect.
You took your 4 hit points, right?
I did.
Lowen's turn.
Lowen will back up out of the fiery area.
Okay.
And then... Yeah, I am still technically within 5-foot range of this stupid thing, aren't I?
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, so I will move,
And you're on fire.
and I'm on fire, yeah. I'll move to here, and I'll take the opportunity attack.
He gets a 20 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
2.
And that is 11 fire damage.
Yeah,
You're on fire again.
Ouch.
Yeah, I will take my action at this point and put out the flames.
Okay.
That's bullshit. Oh, good. At least my hunter's mark didn't drop. And that's my turn.
Perfect.
Do we want to take a quick break right now?
What for?
I don't know. I don't have a beer in front of me.
All right, you guys want to take 5?
Or we can keep going and I will just leave. That's fine.
No, it's fine. Let's take 5. We will meet back here in 5.
Okay,
Alright.
fire.
It is the fire elemental's turn. So the fire elemental Has to enter a hostile creature space and stop there. So the fire elemental is going to move out of the. He can move like that and then up. Because he has to enter someone's space to be able to activate the fire damage. So
he leaves his space and then enters it again?
Yeah.
So by leaving his space, does he...
You know what? Actually, what he's going to do, he's going to go down here. So Voth gets an attack of opportunity against him.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Mako disappears. And Lowen's on fire again.
The 17 to hit.
17 hits the fire elemental. Lowen takes 3 fire damage.
For 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof. 14 damage. That guy's taking a pretty good beating.
Not good enough.
Not good enough. And
starting to really not look good. He's starting to look like Mako, a little crispy.
That's fine. 2 attacks against Lowen. First one is a 14. Second one is a 16.
Oh, no.
Wait. Yeah, it's actually less. Okay. And now it's Voth's turn.
Voth will move down. And he will take 1 attack at the fire elemental. Still not putting out the flames.
Okay, so you take another 6 points of fire damage.
A 14 to hit the fire elemental.
That hits.
I make the save to keep concentration.
Okay.
7 points of bludgeoning damage for the fire elemental.
All right.
Still whirling around.
Oh yeah, it's still got lots of hit points. You're not sure how well your weapon is damaging this thing or not, but it's got a lot of hit points.
Oh, okay. That's probably not going to hit. An 11?
No, 11 doesn't hit.
All right, and that's my turn.
Lycus.
And here I was thinking when you said this guy's taking a bunch of damage that he didn't have a lot of hit points left.
Well, he's definitely, you would estimate, based on the previous fire creatures you've seen, it's at least half injured. Probably more.
All right.
Based off of the previous ones we've seen.
Yeah.
Like a flame skull.
Because this creature is such a weird foreign entity, it's hard to tell exactly how much damage it's taken, but it's certainly flickering a little bit.
And does it feel like my Warhammer bludgeoning damage is doing what I expect it to be doing, or is it doing less?
It's hard to say because, again, this is such a weird foreign creature.
Right.
You're not doing an amazing amount of damage against it, but you've never fought another creature that's made of fire before, so...
So, Lycus is going to cast Tasha's Mind Whip against the water elemental.
Is that a save?
Yes, it is. It's an intelligence save.
Minus a D4.
Minus a D4. It's a DC 15 intelligence save.
It fails.
Okay.
What does this do?
Psychic damage.
Okay.
3 5s. 15 points of psychic damage, and the creature cannot take reactions until the end of its next turn. Moreover, it can only take an action or a bonus action, but not both. Yeah. So it can only do either an action, a bonus action, or a free action
Okay.
on its turn.
And is that
No, an action. It can only do an action, a move, or a bonus action on its turn. That's what it is.
Gets only one of those. Okay.
One of those, yeah.
All right. And it also can't take reactions.
And it can't take reactions, yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Oh, and I'm going to move here.
All right.
And take your 4 points.
Oh, yes.
4 points of healing. It is now that guy's turn. So it can either move, take an action, or take a bonus action.
Yep.
So it's going to take an action to attack Voth with a 22 to hit and a 19 to hit.
22 does hit.
And that is target. It rolls crap. You take 6 bludgeoning damage.
Put out his flames.
No. It does such a pitiful amount of damage, it hardly hits you.
All right.
I don't know. 6 points of damage.
That's nothing.
That's got to be a fire hose.
That's literally the minimum damage it can do.
6 points of damage is a lot of damage when you have under 20 hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you a whirlwind of
So you're
like,
on
it doesn't-
fire on one side and on soaking wet on the
Yeah.
other.
It doesn't move into your space. It punches out at you and punches you in the face.
Perfect.
Spell save.
Did it.
Spells.
Success.
You succeed on your concentration. All right, and then Earth Elemental. The only thing it can do: 2 attacks against the Gray.
Yeah, I've locked him down. He's
Yeah,
mine.
He can't do nothing. One is definitely not going to hit. The other one is a 20.
And I'll just say, not that I want inspiration, but I attacked recklessly, so you have advantage.
If it rolls a nat 20, I'll give you inspiration. that was the last. Okay,
We're
so
gonna call him the brown noser now.
So the second one still doesn't hit. So you get attacked once for a 20 to hit. And that is pretty good damage. 18 damage. So 9 damage.
Okay.
Then the air elemental backs up and moves forward.
Did he leave my threat range?
Nope. And you need to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. I believe that's a dirty 20. Yep, dirty 20.
Okay, so you succeed. And you don't get flung anywhere. But you take... Uh, 15 bludgeoning damage divided by 2, so 7 bludgeoning damage.
From a save.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, divide that by 2 twice because it's bludgeoning damage, so 3 damage. You take half of that, and then because you're raging, you take half of that again.
Okay.
And then it's Mako's turn.
He will operate his Meko here. and take 2 attacks against the water elemental.
Right.
15 and a 28 to hit.
They both hit.
Okay. That is a total of 28 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And he will use his other Unleash Art Incarnation and make an attack through his Echo at the Fire Elemental for a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Good damage. For a total of 8 points of slashing damage.
Damage. Okay. He's not going to action surge?
Yeah, now he's going to action surge and do it all again. So, 2 more attacks. One will probably miss with a 13, and the other one is a 24.
They both hit.
Wow. Okay.
Actually, sorry, you're attacking the water elemental, right?
Yes.
Okay, so only one of those 2 hit.
Okay. That is 16 points of slashing damage.
16, okay.
Yep.
This water elemental's looking fairly hurt now.
Yep.
Comparably to the fire elemental, they're fairly similar, fairly close.
Yeah. Oh, Gord's signing in.
Oh no.
What? We can't hear you.
Can't hear me?
Now we can, unfortunately.
Oh, jeez.
Very nice. Very nice.
How you doing?
Good. Sorry I missed everything, guys.
That's okay. You can take over. You've lost your action surge, both of your unleashed incarnations, and you're at 36 of 44 hit points.
Unleashed Tarnation.
You're a little quiet. I don't know if you can turn your audio up. Or maybe that's just me.
No, I can't hear him either.
No, he's super quiet.
So what you've missed is that you went through the door with the 5 keys, and Praxis was groveling on the floor in there. He was being very pathetic, and you went to slay him. He was your target. And then Fizz appeared, and Fizz protected him.
Wait, Praxis?
Yeah, Praxis. Praxis was groveling on the floor. And
that can't be canon.
oh yeah,
It
it
is.
absolutely
It's been
was.
recorded too.
Yeah,
Did somebody record all this?
Art's
Yeah.
recording it for us.
Who?
Art is.
Oh, awesome. Thanks, Art.
So
Don't thank me yet.
so once Fizz appeared to defend Praxis, because Praxis isn't capable of defending himself, Szass Tam appeared as well and scared the shit out of Fizz. And you guys have all been teleported now to top of a wizard's tower, presumably Fizz's wizard's tower, and you're fighting 4 elemental creatures that look like giant gnome versions of Fizz, but are elementals.
Otherwise,
Well, I'm fighting 2 of them.
Yeah, the Grey's been just tanking 2 of them the entire time.
Yeah, they're known as fizz shits.
Fizz is standing behind a impenetrable magical barrier, holding onto his staff and taunting you the whole time while you're fighting. And he's calling these 4 elementals the Fizzlets.
And we're calling them the fizz shits.
Are you guys in Roll20?
Yep,
Okay.
Yeah, you'll want to get there.
it's a very pretty map you get to look at.
It's a very nice looking map.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. This guy does some pretty cool maps. Zizpuku.
So did Praxis have one eye and an eye patch?
And a
You could
brown
tell his
mustache.
head was down on the ground most of the time, groveling.
From the groveling?
Yeah.
You know how kobolds have that trait of like power, beg, and grovel? He was doing that.
Yeah, that was his whole life.
Did he have that back scratcher Staff of the Magi that he's using as a back scratcher?
You see in Fizz's hands a staff that seems to be channeling the power of all these elementals that looked familiar to you. And you can tell Praxis had his betraying eyes on that staff as he was in the room there. And it's now the Grey's turn.
Awesome. The Grey's gonna take 4 temporary hit points. And he's going to make another reckless attack at the Earth Elemental.
Okay.
So that's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
And that's another 11 points of damage.
Alright. So this guy, you can tell, is definitely much less hurt than the earth and water, than the fire and water elementals.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, both these two guys over here are not very damaged. The other two are much more damaged at this point. But you're plugging away and not taking a lot of damage
I'm just
yourself.
keeping him in this corner.
Yep. So that's your turn?
Yep.
Okay. And Gord, just so you know, this Mako to the north is the actual Mako, and this Mako down here is Meko. You can see that.
Yep.
Lowen.
Lowen will move out of the fire elemental zone and take his opportunity attack.
Again.
Yeah, I need to not stay on fire.
That's a 16. A 22.
A 22 to hit? Yeah, that hits.
You take 7 points of fire damage.
Mhm. I will act and put myself out of fire, and I will bonus action healing spirit on top of myself,
Okay.
and I will roll a d6 to heal myself for 1 point of healing.
Every bit helps.
Yep. So now there's a healing spirit that looks like Szass Tam's face, kind of floating
Looks like
behind me.
Szass Tam's face.
Yep.
The fuck?
Yep. Because I can make it whatever I want.
All right. Put the healing spirit right there.
Yep.
And then Fire Elemental's turn. Fire Elemental is going to move. Which way does he want to move?
Oh, he can't move a lot of places.
He can be one
Oh
inch
yeah, I guess he
thick.
can escape.
Fire Elemental's going to move over to Meko and attack Meko with his magic fire damage. And stop there, so Meko will die.
That's automatic.
Yeah, Meko takes 5 fire damage. And then he's going to attack Voth twice. Through the edge of the... Ooh.
Around Voth.
Sorry?
There's something around Voth, or is that just the background?
Oh, that's just the background. So that there was that glowing portal was the portal you guys came in on. What happened was Fizz teleported away, And Szass Tam cast a teleportational tether that lets you
Mhm.
appear right where Fizz teleported to. So you appeared right there in this room, and this is all you've seen so far of this place.
That would be a cool spell effect, Aura.
Yeah, it's a neat one. That's why Voth is standing there. He's got a god complex.
Absolutely.
He punched the ground. That's just the rippling of the ground.
So the 2 attacks against Voth were not going to hit. The best one was a 16. And then it's Voth's turn.
How irresponsible is Voth going to be?
All the way.
Voth is going to channel divinity and dreadful aspect. So each creature within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw DC 15.
But the water elemental can't take reactions.
No, that was till the end of its next turn, and
Not a reaction,
It's
Disney.
not his turn yet.
it's had its turn.
In the turn order, it's still coming up.
It came right after me. I cast a spell, then it had its turn.
Oh,
I should have cast it on the fire elemental or something. I don't know.
So 2 of them succeed. So
Do I have to roll a save? I'm within 15 feet of Voth.
no.
No, creature of my choice.
Okay.
So the 2 that fail are frightened of me. So they would have disadvantage on attacks while they still are in view of me.
I guess they're all within range, aren't they?
I don't think actually the farthest one is.
Well,
But,
based off of his
oh, yeah.
him being 10
5,
feet,
10,
he
15,
is.
20, 25.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Okay, so the 2 that are frightened of you are the water elemental and the fire elemental.
Rip. Okay.
What?
Oh, I was trying to help the tank out a little bit.
Yeah, he's fine. Got tons of hit points. It only takes 3 damage at a time.
yeah, but when I half 1 damage, it's still 1.
Yeah, that still pisses you off, eh?
And Voth is going to move away.
So he still gets. They both would get attacks up against you, right?
At disadvantage.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah, the water elemental definitely doesn't hit you.
Okay.
Fire elemental makes a good try. Gets a 16 against you.
All right.
But misses.
Okay. That's my turn.
Perfect. Lycus.
Lycus will cast a Mind Sliver against the fire elemental. That's an intelligence saving throw.
Right. It gets an 8, so it fails.
Okay. It takes 5 points of damage and has a negative D4 to its next saving throw.
All right. Water elemental. So the water elemental is going to move into Mako's space, and Mako needs to make a strength saving throw. You've seen this happen before. This water elemental buffets people around.
You get to drink from the fire hose.
Yeah.
The 21.
Okay, so you succeed in the save.
What was my hit points, Art?
36 of 44.
You don't even take half damage.
Ray, I need my fire damage at the start of my turn too.
I forgot to do my. Am I still getting
yeah,
that
right.
D4? Or the
D4?
four temporary hit points?
Oh.
It's a static 4.
Yeah.
So you said you rolled your Spencer? Or do you want it still? You still need the damage, right?
Yeah, I still need the damage.
7 damage.
Ow. I'm still okay though. I'm still concentrating.
Okay. So that was the, and then the water element is going to slam at Mako twice, and at disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
First one misses.
Oh, it just stays at 4. It doesn't go up from 4. Why do I keep adding to it?
Oh, you get 4 temporary hit points each turn.
Yeah, they don't stack.
Yeah, but they don't stack. It's only ever 4, unless it's used.
Yeah.
I've been using 4 every time because every round I lose it and then I gain it back again.
Yeah, which is great, but you can't stack temp hit points from.
Yeah, I was adding them up and then I realized no, they don't stack. So.
But every round, basically, you negate 4 damage, which is nice. So the 2 attacks against you. The second one is.
But the spell says that it gains temporary hit points equal to my spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns.
Yes. So as long as you use them, you're subtracting the 4 damage. But the way temp hit points work is you can never have more than one source of them.
They don't stack.
It would always re-up back to 4 at the start of every turn.
Unless you could do, unless someone gave you more than 4, you wouldn't gain more than 4, right? So if someone gave you 6, you get 6, and then you'd be stuck at 6 until you use that 6.
So that was
Okay.
The Earth Elemental turn. He does the same thing every round. 2 attacks. First one against the Reckless Bastard is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
18 hits?
My armor class is 18.
All right. And then the second one is a 15 to hit. So 1 attack against you.
That +1 leather that Lowen convinced you to take.
He threw that away. He doesn't use that anymore. He burned that shit.
Yeah.
Could have had a bow.
Piled up shit creek with that stuff.
It was actually a +1 leather of elemental slaying, and you would have done an extra D8 worth of damage for this fight.
Yeah, triple damage against elementals.
Yeah, I knew it. Okay, what was?
So 1 attack misses, the other one hits, and you take a total of 14 damage. So 7 damage.
Yeah.
From that guy. And then Air Elemental, he's going to move into Voth's square. And you get an attack of up against the Air Elemental.
Okay.
And
that's 23.
23 hits.
You have Sentinel, right? So it can't move?
No, I don't have Sentinel. 10
100
damage.
10 damage, and I'll need a strength save from Mr. Voth, please.
Um,
19.
19?
Yep.
Okay, you succeed. You guys never fail these. It's awful. And you take 4 bludgeoning damage.
2, 1.
4 total bludgeoning damage from being buffeted, but you don't get knocked over or pushed around.
I am going to use my point of inspiration that I have from forever ago to re-roll that concentration check.
Okay.
because I rolled a natural 1. So now I rolled a 13 and I'm fine.
Man,
Yeah,
fuck those guys. You should be saving
Nice.
yourself with that inspiration.
I am.
Mr. Mako.
All right, so this wizard, is that Fizz behind the desk?
The giant blue Lord of the Rings looking thing is an impenetrable barrier that cannot be passed beyond.
Like a wall of force.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, first I'll bring Meko into the play. Let's bring him over here. 5, 10, 15. That should be good. And then
Meko learned not to start or end its turn in any of the squares that you can see.
That wall of force.
Yeah.
That's something that you can't pass through, but can't you like apparate something on the other side?
Spells can't pass through it.
It's also not a wall of force. It's
Yeah.
like a wall of force.
Boy, that wizard must be really powerful.
yeah, where did Fizz get all this money?
You're fairly certain that all of the power you've seen so far has come out of the staff.
Okay. So Meko can't get through that wall of force, I'm
It
guessing.
must take a powerful wizard to wield that staff, though. A truly great and powerful wizard.
Okay, I'm gonna hit this water elemental.
Now he starts to, as soon as he uses inspiration, he starts
Right,
to, "What?
yeah.
This is awesome.
You can tell who's doesn't have inspiration by who's a kiss ass.
Okay, I'm attacking the water elemental
Okay,
for 26.
that hits.
So, Gord, if you do a praxis, you get inspiration.
Yeah, if you roleplay practice being a sniveling fuck, you get all the inspiration you want.
Sniveling
That was 15 damage.
Sniveling fuck.
I thought it would be more roleplay killing all you guys. Taking all your shit.
Oh man.
That was 15
Alright.
points of damage, and then that's my first attack.
Okay,
Second attack. 16.
16 does hit, yep.
Yeah, sounds good. 8 points of damage.
So your second attack against this elemental peters it out of existence, and it disappears. And this whole time, while you guys have been fighting, Fizz has been going, "Yeah, get him! This is fucking awesome! Yeah, kick his ass!" And then you see a little bit of surprise in his eyes, and you see also that the staff that he's holding onto, some of the light of the staff dims a little bit as you destroy that elemental. That's the first one you guys have defeated.
Okay.
And it
I'm glad I'm here to save everyone's ass.
Yeah, basically they did
Good
nothing
thing I
until
showed
you
up.
got here, so yeah.
I'm gonna move the Meko right in front of this fire elemental.
Okay. So this area of orange around the elemental is the space that it actually uses.
It burns people.
So if
Okay.
you were to step into that, you would
Take
would
damage.
Okay, same with this guy over here.
Yeah, same thing. He is an
Wow.
air elemental, and same thing. So these guys can adjust their form to 1 inch in size all the way up to 10 foot in size.
But they prefer a cube shape.
Yeah, they like to fit into a grid nicely.
Okay.
So that's why there's the image of it and also the squares around it.
I'll keep Meko there, and I'll just back up 1 square.
Okay. The gray. We're now only fighting one.
Right. So I'm fighting one. Does my my black heart healing power, is that an action or bonus action?
An action.
Same as a health potion.
Yep.
Thought it was a bonus action for yourself and an action for someone else.
Only if you play on Critical Role.
I thought that's what we said,
Nope.
but never mind. Disregard.
Okay, then I'm going to grab the black heart, and I'm going to look over my shoulder and see if Voth's watching,
Okay.
and I'm going to use the healing properties.
It's like
You
the
could-
Twilight movie.
You
As-
see that Voth is in the middle of an air elemental shitstorm, so he's not really watching.
And you see Voth, and he is bleeding from every orifice that he has.
Mm.
He's standing in a puddle of his own blood, being swirled around in a wind elemental.
Mm. That might change what I do then. Because I can use the black heart on someone else, right? Or
can,
no,
but
the
you-
heart's on.
You can't actually really see Voth because he's in the middle of a windstorm. So
I don't see the blood flying everywhere.
give me a perception check.
All right, here it goes. That perception is 22.
Okay, that's good enough that you would see him through little cracks in the wind where the wind stops. You see that
Got a
he's looking
red
very
bottom.
good. It looks like a slushy, a cherry slushy.
Betamax.
It's like a 300 film in a blender.
Okay, can I use the heart on someone else or only potions?
No, you can. You can use it on someone else. It's still
Okay, I
an
just wanted to be clear on that.
You'll have to move into the elemental square to do that, though.
Okay, I'm going to give up my position and run to Voth's aid.
Oh, we are so screwed.
Okay, so the earth elemental takes an attack of opportunity against you. And technically you're not reckless anymore because it's your new turn, so
That's right.
he misses. And you're
Okay.
gonna
And
move-
I'm going to enter this space so I can heal Voth.
Okay, so give me a strength saving throw.
What's that big purple circle?
The gray is emanating wild magic that improves the AC of all of his allies within that circle.
Ooh.
By one.
By
So
one.
I got 23 on my strength save.
Okay. So you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, halved, so 3.
Okay. And then I have these potions on my cloak. The cloak of patches.
Okay.
It says 4 potions of healing. I guess that's just regular healing. Can I? Actually, he's not going to take the healing potion. How does the heart necklace thing work? How do I administer it to Voth?
You touch
Does he
him.
Does he have to be willing?
Yeah, I guess so. No,
Because I
technically
imagine,
he doesn't
like,
have to be willing.
a healing potion, you actually have to drink it.
Yeah,
but if
this is you touch your amulet and you touch him, the same
Right.
as you would a cure wounds type thing.
Okay, I'm going to do that so he can't resist my healing.
All right.
So I'm going to burn the black heart and then heal him for my action.
You'd get inspiration if you gave me that cake too, Mike.
That's my mom's homemade Black Forest cake.
Oh my god.
It's got rum-soaked cherries in it.
So that's 2d4 plus 2 healing.
Yeah, it does that.
Do you want me to roll it or is Voth
Yeah.
going to roll it?
No, you roll it.
Okay, 2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
Here we go, big money. That's 2 2s and a 2. That's 6 points.
All right. Both heals for 6.
That brings me up to 8 hit points.
You're fine now. So that's your action and your move. You got a bonus action if you want it.
my bonus action. I don't got much in the way of bonus actions. I'm going to run back to my position in front of the other elemental.
Provoking attack of op from.
No, because then. No, I'm gonna stay right here. In fact, can I get to this point here now without?
Yep.
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 I'm gonna go there.
They're weird creatures in terms of movement and stuff. So
yeah, I'm trying to find a square to sit in. So.
Yep, I think there's a square.
Okay,
Perfect.
I'll stay there.
Is Praxis still in the room?
Yes, Praxis doesn't have an icon. He's cowering in behind a fizz, groveling on the floor over there, and he's muttering about he didn't mean to betray anybody. He didn't know. I don't know what. He's got his hands up on his head.
Doesn't sound right.
No, that's exactly what should have happened, I think.
I feel like I'm living rent free in your head.
I'm really disappointed that you weren't here. I had this whole Praxis monologue just for you, and you weren't here. All right, Fire Elemental's turn.
No, it's Lowen's turn.
Lowen wants to go?
Yeah, I got
right.
skipped.
Lowen's turn.
Lowen will move to this corner without breaking the what can we call it, the fire elementals, or the wind elementals spot, and take 2 shots at the fire elemental.
Okay.
A 19, actually, if it's at disadvantage, thanks, Mike. A 19 to hit, and the 28 to hit.
Yep, those
Does that mean I get another inspiration?
No. For a total of that's 14 points of piercing damage, and then I'm going to move back to my same spot as well.
Back into your healing. Get more hit points.
Yep.
The fire elemental is definitely sputtering. Doesn't look to be a lot of health left in that guy. But it is his turn now, and he's going to move over to Mako. And Mako takes 5 fire damage.
Oh, he's there. Jeez.
Can Meko make opportunity attacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the same as me.
So he gets an opportunity attack.
Nope. Same as before. The fire elemental can be whatever size it wants to be.
He moved away
Still
from
leaves the threat range, though.
He just left Meko's threat range.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you're right. I was thinking he was here, but he was here.
But I don't have reach.
Doesn't matter.
You don't need reach because he's technically
He
10
is
foot.
this big as the square.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I can attack.
Yep.
That's a 12.
12 does not hit.
That sucked.
So close to hitting.
And you rolled garbage for a 12.
Yeah, that was a 2.
Oh, man.
Or no,
Okay, so
3.
the elemental moves over to Mako, and Mako takes 5 fire damage and is ignited on fire. And then the elemental will make 2 attacks against Mako.
At disadvantage because it's frightened of me.
Yeah. First
Oh,
one
it
does
is.
not hit.
It can't get any closer to you, can it?
No.
No, it's moving
Nice.
away from Voth. Oh, the second attack is going to hit. 24 to hit.
That hits.
So you took 5 fire damage before, and you take 8 fire damage now. And so on your turn, if you want, you can take an action to douse the flame.
If I transpose positions with my Meko. Would that put out the flame?
No. Because you're just teleporting to a different spot.
Thank you.
Voth's turn.
I mean, technically, he's switching places with his Meko, but I don't know if that would.
I don't know if the flames would carry with me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They would, because your gear carries with you. You don't switch gear
That's fair
randomly
enough.
with
Yeah,
your guys.
that makes sense.
Yeah, and your gear would be on embers, so they would still be on fire.
Voth.
Voth is going to use his action to lay hands on himself to make himself feel a little bit better.
Okay.
And I will use my lay on hands pool to heal.
Perfect.
And then I will. No, I'll stay where I am. Yes. No, I'm going to move down here.
Perfect. That's your turn.
That's my turn.
Lycus.
Okay, Lycus will move up here and Mind Spike the fire elemental.
Mind Spike.
Yeah, Tasha's Mind Spike.
Okay. That's a save.
Yeah, int save minus a d4.
Oh, that D4 is going to be the thing.
Asha's quite the mindfuck, eh? All these things she does to your brain.
Yeah. What's the bonus? Yeah, that definitely fails. That's an 11.
Okay, takes 12 points of psychic damage and can only take an action, a bonus action, or a move action next turn.
So
And
you
cannot make reactions. Oh,
you hit that creature with your psychic damage, and its head explodes. And again, you see now that the crystal in the staff is reduced to 50% of the brightness it once was, and the elemental the embers drift off in the distance.
Lycus taps his forehead and looks at Ziff.
Fizz?
Fizz.
That monologue just went to shit.
Yes.
And you're looking at Fizz in the eyes, and you can see fear in Fizz's eyes. He's not sure that he didn't think this would go this way. He's not sure what's happening. And then it is the stone earth elemental's turn. So the earth elemental's
Finally gonna move.
Yeah, he gets to move for the first time. But he's still going to attack his favorite buddy there. So he moves up. Let me just see here.
Can he move that far?
Yeah, he can move a great distance. Much more distance than that. The only thing about it is that he is going to be buffeted by the air elemental's damage.
Oh. Is he immune or is he weak to that?
Committing suicide.
Does he get thrown against a wall?
He succeeds on his save and does not get moved, but he does take some buffeting damage from it. You could see that he's getting whipped in the face with the wind damage, because these creatures don't have the ability to turn that off. But being just a giant stupid earth golem, he plods forward and swipes 2 attacks at the gray. They both miss big time. He rolls a 4 and a 2. And then the earth elemental, or the air elemental, sorry, on his turn, he's going to move north of 1 square, and I will need a strength saving throw from Lowen, please.
That is 8.
An 8. Oof.
You son of a bitch. I was going to walk into that healing thing.
Just a great move all around for that guy. Okay, so you fail to save, and you take. Oh, it's a low amount of damage. 11 damage.
Yee.
11 bludgeoning damage. And then you're flung.
Okay for my spell save.
You're flung 20 foot in that direction.
Oh, shit.
But you're not. You don't take any additional damage for being bashed into walls or anything because of the direction you were thrown. And you're knocked prone.
Okay.
That spell was Mind Whip, not Mind Spike, sorry.
It's all good. And then this guy still gets his 2 attacks. So he's going to make them against the gray. Actually, make one against Meko. Ooh, that's going to hit Meko for sure. That's a 27 to hit Meko.
Oof.
Oh, and the other attack is a nat 1 and misses the gray.
But he hits Mecca with
You're
the nat
welcome.
one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I operate instantly again and then die again.
And it's Meko's turn.
All right. Well, back he goes. And if he enters into that space, does he take immediate damage?
He will have to make a saving throw if he enters into that space.
Do I get
You
an
can
attack?
attack from there, though. You can
Oh, I
attack,
can attack
can-
from here.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can.
okay,
Yeah.
right.
Just like the fire and water
Right.
elemental.
Okay, I'll take a swing. Big money, big money. That's a dirty 20.
That is.
For 10 points of damage. Attack
Okay.
number 2. It's time for a nat 20. That's a 26
That is.
for 13 points of damage.
Okay. Again, it's hard to tell with these creatures how healthy they are, but they look roughly half hurt.
And I'll just stay right where I am.
Okay. The gray, you're once again surrounded by a Fizzlet sandwich.
but I could reach them both from this position.
Yep.
You could go into the healing area too.
What healing area?
The
Maybe a
Little
circle.
circle.
Healing spirit. If you move into
Yeah.
that, you get a d6 of healing.
Oh, I didn't even see that this little circle was here.
That's Lowen's spell.
Right, and he was just hogging it all to himself.
He had to be thrown out of the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He refused to leave.
Well, it's actually going to move it back to me.
Just as the gray steps on it.
Yeah,
he
he's
moves it
just about to step into it.
Ouch. Okay, so I just step into it and I get the healing.
The only thing is, if you step that way, you'll take an attack of op from the earth elemental.
Okay.
You took your 4 temporary hit points, right?
Of course. Of course I take my 4 temporary hit points. Does the...
It
Okay,
can't
so-
move into the air elemental space, so you'll either way he's going to get an attack against you if you don't leave his threat range. So you might as well take the attack of opportunity.
Yeah, but I could attack him first and then leave his threat range.
Yeah, whatever.
You can
Whatever.
stay right where you are if you want.
Don't listen to the DM.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to attack the big, ugly earth elemental first.
Okay.
I'm going to do the reckless attack.
All right. So
Oh,
there's
yes,
advantage on
baby.
that attack of op. That'll be good.
That's fine by me because I needed this recklessness. That's a 23 to hit.
That is.
Ooh. With 5 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I will move to the healing spirit.
Okay. So he'll take his attack of up against you.
With advantage because he recklessly attacked.
Yep.
That's fine.
That's it. 26 to hit.
That hits.
And then you take 8 damage.
Which is reduced to 4.
Yeah.
Which is the temporary hit points that I just gained. So, thank you.
And then you get a d6 of healing.
A d6?
Yep.
Yep.
Just a straight d6.
It's
Yep.
not a stat. It's not a stat number.
No.
No.
Okay, I get 3 regular healing.
Yep.
That's true.
I like that. I like that. That feels real good. I don't want to leave this square. But by staying here, do any of my allies, can my allies move through this space, or do I have to leave this space?
They can move through it and get healing, but also you see a shit-eating grin on Lowen's face, and you know that's going to be moving on his turn.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about that.
You gotta put it right beside the stone golem.
It's Lowen's turn next, so you can find out where he moves it.
So you use another 5 feet and go out, and then use another 5 feet and go in. And
It's only once per turn.
I know.
So, by the square that I'm standing in right now, does this prevent anyone from going down the path towards Lowen? Or do I have to, like, am I blocking the pathway?
The Earth Elemental hasn't done anything such as shrinking and growing, so you think likely you'd block that. But the Air Elemental doesn't care about your space or his space. He can move through your space.
If he moves through, though, I can swing at him.
Yeah, if he moves out of your threat range, you'd still get an attack, but you can't prevent him from moving through your space because he can reduce down to 1 inch in size if he wants to.
It's like a fart. It can travel right through the sheets.
You're the sheets.
All right, then I think I'll move back here.
Okay. Perfect. And then it's Lowen's turn.
Lowen will grab his amulet and pulse the healing to take what 2d4 plus 2.
That's right.
For 7 points of healing. And then I will bonus action move the healing over to Voth.
Do you have to be able to see him?
I mean, technically,
Yeah.
I could move forward and see him at some point. Or is that
But
not
it has to be a
possible?
creature that you see moving into the spirit space on their turn, or
Yeah, if they
if
start their turn,
Yeah.
start their turn in the square, then it's okay. So,
But
if
you
I
have
now
to be
spend
able
my,
to see him when he starts his turn.
yeah, I'm just gonna put it on a square. So like whenever his turn goes, he'll start healing.
As long as you can see him at the start of his turn. So if you backed up, he wouldn't get any healing.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't he just need to see the space and then move it, and then he can
No.
get out of there?
Correct. No,
A creature you can see
Yeah.
moves into the spirit space.
So I will just stay where I am so I can see. If
Okay.
you say I can see Voth at this point, then I will move it to Voth
Yeah.
and I will leave it there. And
Yep,
that
you
will
peek
be,
your head around the corner, you can see him.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'll do. And I will move the circle of healing over to him. And then, yeah, that's my whole turn.
Okay, circle of healing is moved. And then it's Spoth's turn. So you get a d6 of healing. No action required.
For 3 points. It's not plus anything, right?
No.
Nope. Nope, not at all.
All right. I'm going to reach out and cast Inflict Wounds on the Earth Elemental.
All right.
Do you have inspiration for this?
Nope, I already used it.
I
Well,
will
you
give
did,
you my inspiration.
You said something really brilliant about Fizz, so you can have inspiration.
Aw.
I was going to give him mine.
Does a 15 plus 7 hit?
It does.
22 to hit?
22 hits.
All right, I don't need the inspiration.
Cool.
It's hit. It's magically hit.
Oh my god. That's also the hardest one to hit, too.
Well,
For 17 points of necrotic damage.
17 damage. Alright. He howls from this weird necrotic pain that he's never experienced before. Are you moving?
No, I am going to stay right there.
Alright. Lycus.
Mind Sliver, the air elemental.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 15.
Meter beat.
So he succeeds. Then it's the Earth Elemental's turn then, unless you want to move anywhere.
No, not really.
Okay. Earth Elemental does what Earth Elemental always does. Attacks the Gray. 14 and 8 to hit.
Got my shield up.
Oh, actually 10. Yeah, so it misses. Actually, you reckless.
No,
You're
I
still-
did not. Oh, I did.
Yeah, you're still reckless. Okay, so the first attack misses. I love this reckless thing. It's the best.
Well, it's been
Ooh.
the best for me because
27.
my
to
reckless
hit.
attacks have been like 18 and 2.
So it's a 27 to hit, and then he does 13 damage to you.
Ooh.
So 6 damage.
Yeah.
We're all going to be standing in that circle.
Yep.
You guys are all getting worn down fairly substantially, and Fizz is just laughing and cackling away. He's so happy. Victory is mine, I can feel it. And then the air elemental is going to need a strength save from. He's gonna move it. He's got to move, so he's gonna move into Mecco's square. Mecco do strength saves.
Scaves?
Strength saves.
Strength scaves?
Mecco just
Well, he would
disappears.
take damage either way, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would,
Yeah.
So he's gone.
but he could get tossed.
Well, he gets evaporated before he gets tossed.
And then 2 attacks against the gray from the air elemental. Because it's so fun to hit that guy. Oh, that's not going to hit still. 15 for the first attack. And 17 for the second attack, so that misses. And then Mako.
Mecco goes right there. Takes 2 attacks.
Okay.
First one is a 24.
It hits.
Second to hit is a 28, so 2 hits.
2 hits.
First damage is 8. Ooh, that's a good one. Second damage is 16.
24.
Yep.
Okay.
And
This guy's pretty hurt. He's not dead, but he's starting to sputter.
And Mako's gonna just take a step back.
Every round, 5 foot back. Every round.
Yeah, mount that bird in the other room.
The gray.
Okay, I'm gonna take 4 temporary hit points, and then can I go over and give Voth a high five and step into that healing spirit?
You guys have to hug.
Yeah, you just have to move back to where you were, or you'll provoke attacks of up.
That's what I'm planning on. Just reach over, give him a quick high five, and then back to where I was.
Yep. So you get D6 of healing.
Do you guys do any like special moves with the hands, like the wiggle back and forth?
Yeah, the slap, the
No,
up, down, left, right.
Voth hasn't taught me that yet. No.
The chain to the face.
So that's 2.
You guys touch chains.
Okay, now we're going too far.
When Mike says we're going too far, we
Yeah, that's a. I gotta
Only if we
rethink
can
my life.
clothesline the Earth Elemental on the next turn.
They're docking.
You got ignored on that one.
I almost snorted that one.
And I'm going to drink a health potion.
Okay. From your robe of useful items.
From somewhere. Either I've
got
got one on me.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'll be your action and your move. And
Yep. I think I still have one on me, so I don't have to use the one from the cloak.
Okay.
So that's 7 points of healing.
You're fine now.
And
Then it's Lowen's turn.
yep, I'm still gonna kind of taunt the earth elemental.
Bonus action taunt.
Yes, bonus action taunt.
Lowen.
Lone will take 2 shots at the air elemental.
Okay.
One's a natural 20 and the other is a 27. So the first one is a total of 11 points of damage, and the second one is 8 points of damage.
Okay, so that air elemental puffs out of existence when your arrows strike it randomly in the middle of its air, however that works. You shoot into the middle of a cyclone and it puffs out of existence. And the look of worry on Fizz's face grows as the light from his staff fades.
And that'll be Lowen's turn.
Voth.
Take a d6 of healing.
Voth will take 5 points of healing from the thing of healing, and will attack twice with his warhammer for the earth elemental. That's a dirty 20 and a 17.
They both hit.
Uh, 20 points of damage total.
20 damage. All right. Good chunks of rock go flying down the hall behind him as you smash him with your warhammer. Lycus.
Lycus is going to cast a firebolt at the earth elemental.
Okay.
And miss.
All right.
I rolled a 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's Elemental's turn. That's 2 attacks against the Gray. The Gray is not currently reckless, right?
No, I
Didn't
healed
attack.
last turn. I didn't swing.
One attack is 22, the other's 12.
So 22 hits.
Hits, and then you take. Ooh. 20 damage. So 10 damage.
Ooh.
Brutal.
Near maximum hit.
Good thing I healed up.
Good thing
The Gray
it's
gets-
minus a D4 and then half still.
It's not minus D4. It's minus 4. It's
Yeah.
a static 4 hit points.
Yeah.
And it's Miko.
Mako's gonna go 10 feet there. And then Mako's gonna go into attack.
Yep.
Stone going.
Perfect.
And I can't subtract the 4 before I half it. I half it, and then the temporary hit points just go away first.
I rolled a 12.
D12 does not hit.
Second attack is a 24.
That does hit.
Not great. 9 points of magical slashing damage.
9 points. Perfect.
I'll stay right there.
The Gray.
Okay, how's this earth elemental? How's he looking?
Pretty hurt.
Rocky.
Definitely chunks of rock have been battered and bashed off of him. There's rocks that clutter the hallway behind him.
He looks like your favorite terrain.
You think you could hide in him?
Okay. The Gray is going to. I can drop my shield and pull out my dagger, and then get 2 attacks in on him.
Yep.
Okay. And then if I reckless, it applies to both attacks, right?
Yep.
Here we go. Reckless. That is 13 to hit with
Nope.
the battle axe,
Misses.
and 23 to hit with the dagger.
That hits.
Mm, 6 points of damage with the dagger.
You don't get to add your strength or dex to that, so it's just a d4.
Can I add my rage though?
Oh yeah, you can.
So
So 6?
that's why it's
Okay.
a 6.
Okay. Perfect. Sorry. Lowen.
Okay, I'm gonna bonus action move the healing spirit behind the Gray. And I'm gonna take 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and I will move through it to beside Lycus. And I'll take my D6 of healing and then take 2 shots at the Earth Elemental again. For another natural 20 and a 20 to hit.
They hit.
Man, that dice. Oh. 11, 16 points of piercing damage on the natural 20 and 11 points on the second shot.
I think I need to use 3rd edition rules for elementals where they're immune to criticals.
It just happens now.
Just
Yeah.
just retroactively. Let's start the fight over.
Okay.
Okay, so these two attacks strike into the stone on the golem, and it clatters to the ground in a pile of stones. And as that happens, the light from Fizz's staff flickers out, and the arcane shield that he has up fades from existence. And Fizz goes, "Oh, holy shit!" And Praxis goes, "Leave us alone! Leave us alone! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh!"
Mako will say, "Get the wizard, but the rogue seems very honorable. I would leave him alone."
Praxis says, "I'll suck your cock if you let me live."
Oh god.
Canon now. Canon.
How many
Mako-
eye holes does he have?
Mako says, "I'll let you
I don't
live."
want to know. I don't know what that has to do with.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with his eye holes?
Yeah, I'm like,
He's gonna stick his immovable rod in it.
So, when the light fades out of the staff, Fizz just drops the staff and it clatters to the ground. And he starts also cowering just the same way that Praxis was. And he hides behind the desk and he starts casting spells towards you, really low-level shitty spells. So that we're still in combat, but I'm just going to roll his initiative. All right, he rolls a 3 for initiative. So now it is Voth's turn. You can see feebly that these two characters are going to fight back in some way, but they seem like not much of a threat.
Oh man, I was saving this the entire time though. All right, I will walk over and I will stand up on top of the desk and reach down towards Fizz, and I will cast Inflict Wounds again.
Oh,
Ooh, my favorite.
Use the Fizzpiration.
come on, natural
Fizz-piration.
20.
Not a natural 20, but it's a 23 to hit.
That is.
Only one man may use inflict wounds in this universe.
17 points of necrotic damage.
So you reach down and you grab Fizz by the head and inflict this darkness into his.
Wrap around his head and around his body.
And the veins on his face and his neck darken a black energy, and he just collapses over, dead.
What? That was awfully easy.
Uh-huh.
That was
Like
Seems
disappointing.
appropriate. He was a weak one.
Yeah.
Lycus's turn. There's still one groveling Praxis on the ground.
This
willing
is
to
so.
do anything you want
This
for
is
him.
so unrealistic.
I was
I
waiting
guess
the entire
steps up
time
onto the
to cast
desk,
Crown of Madness.
and he's gonna cast the spell he couldn't cast the whole time because he was afraid he was gonna blast everyone to smithereens. He's gonna cast Pulse Wave.
Pulse wave.
Yes. You create an intense pressure unleashed in a 30-foot cone and decide whether the pressure pulls or pushes a creature and objects. Each creature in that cone must make a Constitution saving throw. A creature that takes
You're splooging all over.
6d6 force damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. And if you fail, you're either pulled or pushed 15 feet away.
What the hell is that? That's not Praxis. What the hell is that?
Praxis is being represented by this black ooze.
Someone,
Wait, is the black ooze Praxis not the real one?
Yeah, that's true. There's no difference. There's only one Praxis. Everyone knows it.
Okay. So he has to make a saving throw.
Okay. He fails his saving throw.
Good. Let me get all my dice out here. Oh, and roll. Yeah. 10. 21 points of damage.
Okay, so Praxis is cowering on the ground.
No,
begging for forgiveness.
he's being thrown 15 feet backwards down the hallway.
While he's cowering, he just gets launched off back in the distance and skitters across the ground, his lifeless body, down the carpeted hall. And the victory is yours.
So does Voth absorb the life essence out of Fizz?
Not out of Fizz, but he can out of Praxis.
Well, he killed him.
There's a ritual that you guys have been performing to absorb the essences.
Oh, okay.
the rogue must have been the toughest since he was the last to fall.
I will grab Fizz's staff from out of the desk
Okay.
as I step off of the desk.
I'll grab Praxis's oath bow and flying boots.
Praxis had nothing on him. He was wearing basically just rags. He had no weapons of any kind.
Well, the rags Mako would probably like the rags. Probably had shit smears on them.
I'll take a look at the rags.
They appear to be non-magical rags. And you perform the ritual to attain the black card amulet, to empower your amulet. And in the time that it takes, the minute it takes to do that, Szass Tam appears. He teleports himself into this castle. And it's again his actual self. Go ahead.
The gray would like to cast minor illusion to make it look like he's also holding the staff that Voth is holding.
Okay. Yeah, you have the same staff in your hand. When he appears again, he doesn't really recognize you individually. He just sort of appears and he exists as though you're an animal, as a gift to him. He doesn't acknowledge you as a person. But he does congratulate you for accomplishing the mission that needed to be done. And he says, "Good work succeeding on this mission. These foul creatures needed to be destroyed, and I'm glad that you were able to complete this mission." He says that he's going to need to collect the essence from each of you, and that those essences will be used to restore the tapestries of fate, so that whatever weird anomaly they created in the timelines that we've foreseen in the future can be smoothed and straightened out, and we can continue on the path that we have created for our world. And he offers, as payment to you, the use of this tower, should you choose to, and also he's willing to offer you official roles in the Thayan military, if you would like to do that. It's an option for you. You will be freed of the bonds of the Black Hearts, no longer forced to do as I bid. But you will be allowed, should you choose to join the military. And we can float this magic citadel into Thay, and you can collectively use it as your homes if you choose to. What say you?
I'll go up to Szass Tam and I'll kneel down on one knee. I'll grab his. Does he have a ring on his hand?
Yes, many rings on his bony fingers.
I'll grab his hand and then like go down to kiss his ring, but then I'll like lick his like lich hand.
He retracts his hand back in disgust from you. Do not touch me, foul thing. He backs up a step so that you can't touch him.
Delicious.
Super weird.
Delicious.
Does he leave the threat range?
In the same way, I'll sort of kneel down, but I'll grab my black heart amulet and I'll sort of bow my head down and I'll lift it up to him to offer the energy from the amulet for him.
Excellent. And so he performs a ritual where he extracts the essence from each of your amulets, and it captures that into a small phylactery of sorts where he's going to store the essence collectively of all 5 of these people. He doesn't store the essence of Fizz. He says he doesn't understand Fizz's role in this whole experience. It was the other 5 that had the arcane essences that he needed. That this other useless gnome creature was just a meddler of sorts, seemingly with a rather powerful staff.
Useless is the word for sure.
Do we still maintain the necklace, or he's just taken the essence?
He's going to extract the essence that was the mission of each of you guys.
Do we keep the +1 armor and all that stuff?
You have the ability to keep the necklace should you choose to, but also you unlock the ability to remove that necklace if you desire as well. You're no longer going to be beholden to his service, because in the past you were never able to actually remove that necklace, but now you're capable of such things.
What if we wear like 5 necklaces at once?
You could kill the rest of your party members for all I care and take theirs if you like.
Will we get +5 to our armor?
I know you're not much of a wizard, but those sorts of magics do not stack. He says he's going to send some of his apprentices to evaluate what is in this citadel and see if he can learn more about the future now that the tapestries have been rewritten in the ways he needs to. And if he can learn anything about the desires of the people that were working against him. But once they look through it, all of it, you'll be welcome to take anything you like from the citadel and also the citadel itself. And that his apprentices will learn the magics required to command this castle to move, because you're standing on a floating citadel held up by these 4 arcane crystals on each corner, and then you'll be free to do whatever you feel like with this as payment. You're never again to speak of what you've done here. This is all classified information.
Sounds like a good deal to me.
And then if anybody wants to join on any official capacity, you're welcome to, but that's an option for you. Future career path, if you would like to do it.
I would assume there would be payment involved.
Yes, if you were to join the armies of Thay, you would be paid as is befitting of a commander of Thay. And so this is moving into the conclusion of this campaign, and so it's more of, if you have an interest in thinking about the future of your character as an epilogue, you're welcome to join the Thayan army or not. It doesn't really
What
matter.
about a position as one of the wizards of Thay?
You could be afforded a position as an apprentice befitting of your talents.
So Mako's epilogue is he's going to become the commander of this flying citadel, and then his brother, or he wants to become the commander of the flying citadel, but then his brother steals it from him, becomes the commander.
You once had a flying ship, if I recall correctly, the two of you. Maybe you would be good staying on here, performing missions outside of the normal realms of our army.
I think Mako would feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Voth and the Grey have an interest in joining on an official capacity, but you're also, it's whatever you feel is right for your character in the future.
No, they're going on their they're going on their honeymoon.
Yeah.
Stabs in hand.
Boss just needs to know what the uniform looks like.
Division.
Tam
We'll
is,
take it.
Tam would also be interested in keeping you guys together as a special strike team that would work outside of the potential proper channels that would be used in the diplomatic army.
Do you hear that, Voss? We could be like the dream team.
Keeping the band together, you guys.
Can I ask a favor of Tam?
What is it you want? You want to lick me again?
Well, yes, but that's not it. I was
What is-
wondering if he could restore the memory of the Grey to his true name.
I'm sure one of my many people could do something for you. It's something far beneath my abilities. Would take but a moment for me to do, but I do not have such time. You can, if you guys have something you need, you could take this castle to Thay, and I'll allow you to use some of the resources at my disposal to fix whatever concerns you have. You, particularly there, look like you could maybe use a little color to your skin. Yeah, talking to you, Nico.
Little sun, sure. Yeah.
On the beach on Tahiti.
Yeah. I think
So
it's,
this ends the course of the campaign, and hopefully in the future Mike wants to run his game again.
oh, that's awesome. It's awesome, right?
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, man.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Good job.
you guys all stayed pretty true to the story that I was trying to work on. There wasn't too many curveballs, which is nice.
Do we level up?
Sure, you're level 12 now if you want to be.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of our Black Hearts campaign. Feel free to go to our website at perilouspursuits.com for podcast streaming options or links to our YouTube channel, where you can watch our adventures with animated maps and other images. If you are interested in what we do or would like to chat to any of our members, feel free to join our private Facebook group linked on our website. Who knows, maybe you'll be part of one of our future adventures. We appreciate your listens, so please keep our crazy characters motivated by giving our episodes likes, stars, or reviews, and also subscribing to our YouTube channel. In the meantime, double check that toothbrush is not a mimic. Slide a hand that glittering potion from your buddy, and grab some friends, roll some dice, and play some D&D.